one of the disadvantages of being the new setup. Occasionally I have lighting issues while recording during the day, given all the natural light coming in. So this is take 3. Forgive me if I sound a little bit repetitious because I've said this several times so far. Zelda 2. The one everyone hates. The one that nobody wants to talk about. And it's like, we all hate Zelda 2, right? Well, it should be no surprise, especially since I've said this a few trillion times, and especially said this just last week. I like Zelda 2. In fact, I like Zelda 2 better than Zelda 1. I'm just going to say it. It's the truth. If you want to stab me with sticks for it, that's fine. But by memory, there's a couple of reasons why I really like it. It's a weird combination of Dragon Quest, the original, or Dragon Warrior, if you prefer, and Metroid, the original. There's a lot of exploration. There's a lot of trying to find the right path rather than actual puzzles. And there's a good deal of you gain new abilities and new movesets as you go through, in addition to literally being stronger and having more magic and having more health. In other words, there's leveling up mechanics and there's upgrade mechanics both, hence my relation to that. And I feel like that really helped flesh the gameplay aspect of this game out. It's also worth noting that there's effectively the same amount of story that there was in Zelda 1, even though there is a bit of story. Zelda 2 also gets credit for a lot of things that some people tend to forget, which I'll talk about as we go through the actual lore run aspect once I start playing through the game. Now, there's one thing we should talk about right now, and that's the infamous difficulty. I have no idea if I'm even going to be able to beat this game, and that's the truth. Because this game is pretty hard, right? And yet the weird thing is it's kind of like Ninja Gaiden in that respect. Because Ninja Gaiden is not that hard until you get to a certain point in the game. There's a certain point in the game where we have what we call the difficulty cliff, which is, we've got the difficulty ramp up, and then BAM! It's suddenly difficult of doom. And that's the cliff, right? It's generally considered to be bad game design, and in fact, usually people who do that try to have some kind of big plot or setting or otherwise aspect of it that helps make it a little less horrible and makes it at least make more sense if they're going to do a difficulty cliff. So it's possible to pull off a difficulty cliff, but it's usually not advised. A lot of NES games tended to do the difficulty spiking thing, partially because of testing difficulties and other things. I don't want to get into that. I might talk about during the lore run. The point being, Zelda 2 is actually a pretty easy game, all things considered. A very fun game until you get to a certain point, and then the difficulty goes, whaa! And just starts punching you in the face. So we'll see if I can beat this game. But I love the leveling mechanics. That it gives you a feeling of progression no matter what's happening. No matter how you're continuing on, you feel like you're still getting stronger because you are. More health, more mana, and more attack power. And that helps really give the player a sense of the fact that they're continuing to go forward, to progress, as I already mentioned, in addition to the abilities and etc. that you get, which give you more options in combat and exploration. All of this is, of course, by memory. I have no idea how well this game is going to stand up the test of time after the fact. But what I do know is we've got someone who's never played this game before, and we'll have to see what he thinks of this game. So, why don't we get down to it, shall we? Third?
Hi folks, just a quick update while I have some time. Some gentleman next to me handed me this flash drive after I was showing off my Zelda 2 proposal to him. Apparently, he wanted me to look at these, and after looking at that, I understand why. It looks like they already made an attempt at a second Zelda. So here's the game. I tried it a bit, and did they ever screw this up? So it starts fine. I mean, you're excited for this game, right? I was. But then you begin the adventure, and it's just this. I mean, look at this. How do you go backwards in how your game looks when you make a sequel? Just how?
I'm not going to tell you again, sir. Close your laptop. We're getting ready to take off.
Anyway, at the beginning I had no idea what I needed to do here. I guess they wanted to carry over the exploration aspect of Zelda 1. I guess. But I mean, aimless wandering to find your next objective isn't exactly fun exploration, is it? Just take a look at this. You're telling me that this is fun? This is just stabbing the same guy over and over again. I think I was supposed to hit there, maybe. But the length of Link's sword is just so small, it's hard to tell whether or not I can hit anything with it. The combat is just completely weird, and I never was able to get the hang of it. There were so many times where I just had to brute force my way through things, just hit and hit and hit and hit and hit, and hope I didn't die. Maybe they had some sort of pattern, I don't know, but look at this one. This is another game that suffers from the doesn't explain anything aspect. It's not intuitive enough to let you figure it out. I had to reach for a walkthrough pretty early on in the game, since I could absolutely not figure out what to do next. A lot of times when I have to revert to a walkthrough, I feel a bit bad afterwards. I think it was something I could honestly have figured out, or if I spent a little more time thinking about it, I could have figured it out. Sometimes it was just something I forgot and I needed a reminder, but not this game. I didn't feel guilty reaching for the walkthrough at any point in time. Like, hang on. Oh. I don't understand. Never mind. They tried something new. They tried to iterate on the Zelda 1 thing. I get that, but it just didn't really work for me. Ignoring the Zelda title, this isn't even a game that I really like. I've played side-scrollers that were a lot more fun in this game. Combines RPG and side-scrolling elements, but not very well. It's not a good experience. Really overestimates the amount of time you want to spend trying and failing to find out what to do next. Sure, there are some cryptic hints in it, but they're not really that clear. But lest I speak complete evil of this game, there are a few points that I did enjoy. As much as I complain about not knowing where to go, there were a couple things that did surprise me and reward me for my exploration. They weren't even required. Sometimes you were just rewarded for looking around. They made a decent attempt to build a world in the Zelda universe, I guess. The RPG elements, although basic, weren't uninteresting. It made you manage your mana, or whatever you call that stuff, to create combat decisions all throughout the game. The audio wasn't irritating either. It was actually pretty pleasant on the ears most of the time. There wasn't anything stand out to me, but they did a good job of what they had. So I think the big summary on Zelda 2 is that it was a good concept, but a poor execution. It really feels like a game that wasn't quite out of the alpha yet, and didn't have a whole lot of polish. So saying that, take a look at this. I think that when Nintendo takes a look at my version of Zelda 2, they'll be ready to just wipe away the past and pretend this game never happened. I know I would if I was in their shoes. Some guy who had sold all of his belongings to get a plane trip to Japan just to present his game idea, I know I would just immediately make him head of development. It's what I do, right? It's what they do. And as a matter of fact, I want to...
That's it.
No, wait, please. If you bother me one more time, I swear I'm going...
Alright guys, it's time to grade a game that several people consider to be much worse than the one I just did. It's probably going to be no surprise that my qualification here is going to be a little bit different. We'll see when we get there. I hope you'll understand once you go through the lore run. But let's start at the beginning, shall we? The graphics of this game, in my opinion, are simultaneously better and worse than Zelda 1, resulting in an overall, just barely a positive situation here. See, overall I like the design of the enemies a lot. It's usually very clear what you're looking at, and I like the overworld, I like the design of Link himself, and some of the animations are good. At the same time, some of the dungeons' backgrounds get excessively repetitive, and the towns look frankly plain, even by the NES era standards. That being said, it's not really a net negative, so I can't really qualify it as such. The music, I really enjoy the music of this game. Call me one of those weirdos, but to this day I still enjoy the palace theme, the little battle theme that happens in the random encounters in the overworld, and of course, the wonderful Grand Palace theme. The sound design of this game is basically typical for the Zelda standard of this era. In other words, good. Not great, not amazing. We won't see that until we get to later in the series, but definitely some really high-quality stuff on display. It's always pretty obvious when something hits or whatnot. You get the reactive whoosh when you hit something that you shouldn't, so you know if you're actually doing damage or not, you know. It kind of ties in with the graphics, but otherwise pretty much the exact same thing it was in Zelda 1. The interface is weird to talk about, because ultimately the interface is probably a net negative. If for nothing else, then it's a little bit of a hassle to use, especially if you don't know what you're doing. You have to open up the menu, select the spell, and cast it, and then you have to open up the menu again to cast it again, or to switch spells. You have to do that on new screens, too. Similarly, if you want to actually look at how much XP you have for the various fields, you're out of luck. You have to wait until you actually level to do so. And the stuff at the top is certainly indicative, but at the same time not as clear-cut as it could be. This also kind of applies to the chat dialogue bubbles, which take an agonizingly long amount of time to scroll across the screen. Gameplay, well, this is a weird one, because this kind of evens itself out. As I'll talk about later, there are some aspects of the gameplay that make me want to tear my hair out, figuratively speaking, of course. But at the same time, the core gameplay was great! It really is like a beautiful mix of the original Metroid and the original Dragon Warrior. RPG elements, towns, side quests, dungeons, vertical explorations, gaining new abilities which unlock new areas, blah 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 blah. And yet, it's mired in a horrible live and reset system. I still think I'm going to give this a definite net positive, because I really enjoyed playing the game. But man. Now, as ever, with these earlier games and any NES games I score like this, talking about this kind of stuff is going to be weird, but let's go and talk about the plot. The plot is Princess Zelda's asleep and you have to go get the Triforce of Courage to wake her. Not exactly a stellar outing, so same basic concept that we had back in Zelda 1. Now, setting is a weird one, because for the first time in the Zelda franchise, we actually have a setting. We have towns, townspeople, a little bit of flavor and lore. There is a little bit of backstory that goes into the manual, which I'm not going to qualify because it's not in the game, and therefore does not count for this particular type of scoring system. So I can't actually count all that in this. But I can say that with the presence of the regions and the names and the designs of the palace and the towns and all the townsfolk, that we at least have a setting. It's just incredibly lackluster, so I'm actually going to go ahead and give this one a overall negative point here. Now, then we have characterization, which is non-existent, and character growth, which is non-existent. You could argue, if you wanted to get down into the niggly details, that there is some, basically with regards to a couple of the ancillary characters, but that is splitting hairs, and I personally don't think it is as such, so I'm just going to give these zeros, just like I did back in Zelda 1. Sorry, guys. That leads us to theme. This is an interesting one because the theme of the first game was exploration, just like a child, really, in a good way. You know, you're a kid, you're going out, you're exploring the world, and your world is so vast. It's part of the reason they show the Legend of Zelda 1 map in Zelda 2 and show how small it is by comparison, so you understand that the world is actually much larger than you thought, which ties in with the theme of this game, adulthood, or rather, the responsibilities and consequences of action, which I like to call adulthood. And the idea of everyone involved in the game, and I'll talk about this more during the lore run, it is basically dealing with the consequences of what happened before. This also ties into the backstory, which admittedly, again, is not in the game, but the thematic significance is present in basically every aspect of this gameplay, so that's some good stuff. This game does receive a couple of bonus stars. The first bonus star it gets is what I like to call the Risk Star. I'm not going to qualify that in any way, I'm not going to put like a risk thing up the image. But nevertheless, the mere fact that this game took a risk and tried something new, in my opinion, deserves some kind of accolades, especially given how many people were like, I hate this game. And I'll talk about this more when we get to the lore run, but suffice it to say, the mere fact that they took a risk was a good idea, in my opinion. The second star I'm giving this game is for starting so many of the Zelda standards. The idea of side quests, which will eventually lead to the trading quest thing, the idea of the townspeople, and the idea of magic, and a lot of other different things were basically added to the Zelda franchise in this game. Between Zelda 1 and Zelda 2, bits and pieces from both will be lifted to create what will be effectively known as the Zelda Standard in the next game, henceforth. We'll talk about that when we get there, of course. This game receives 2 stamps in the end. The first, and I am immensely proud to say this, is Saved the Princess. Yes, I actually beat the game. And I am amazed that I did. Honestly, I was very close to putting it down twice. but I actually did it, I actually got through, and I'm really, really happy about that. And you'll get to see the whole thing, because I'm going to show you the Grand Palace unedited at the end, so look forward to that. Or skip it, depending on your preference. The second stamp it gets is the Game Facts stamp. I was really trying not to do this one, and I got so far. I was basically, well, without wishing to spoil, let's just say that I looked up the Grand Palace map in the Grand Palace. And that does obviously qualify as a Game Facts stamp, so shrug. Final qualification. This game is still good, in my opinion. It is still worth playing. It was still enjoyable. I still had fun with it. However, the last qualification of whether or not it's recommended, play it with cheats. If you're going to play this game, turn on a cheat code that gives you infinite lives so you don't constantly have to trek back to the very beginning of the game every time you die 3 times. That alone would have saved all of the frustration factor in this game for me. Anyways, I hope you guys will stick around for the lore run, which is going to happen immediately afterwards. So have fun. Alright. Here we go. Kingdom Zelda Hearts Fantasy Dragon Metroid Quest. The third. I am super nervous about this, and I don't mind admitting that. This is a game I have played many times. And, I've even beat a few times. Seriously, though, I have actually beaten this many a time. It's just... Well, for those of you who don't know, this is a very contentious game, and I kind of want to lunge into that as I did kind of the last game. I have a bunch of things to talk about at the beginning, so I'm going to just kind of stomp right at us. I don't even remember if there's an intro to this game. That's kind of why I'm letting it sit here for a second. Let's go ahead and talk about something that's been bugging me for a while, and it's funny because in light of the recent new Metroid game, the Federation Force... Oh, hang on. After Ganon was destroyed, spelled right this time, Impa told Link a sleeping spell was cast on Princess Zelda. She will wake only with the power of the third Triforce, sealed in a palace in Hyrule. It was the third! Alright. To break the seal, crystals must be placed in statues in 5 well-guarded palaces. Link sets out on his most adventuresome quest yet. Adventuresome? I like that. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of this. There we go. We will call ourselves the usual. So yeah, in light of the recent people don't know how to shut up about Metroid situation we've had, it feels like a good time to talk about this, because one of the things that Nintendo gets the most flack for, which I find hilarious because it's the same people complaining here, is that Nintendo never innovates, Nintendo never tries anything new, which is bullcrap, and also, like, provably fundamentally wrong, right? So... But the same people who always say, you know, oh, they never try anything new. Every time something they try that actually is new comes out, the first thing that everyone does is complain about it. You ever notice that? Yay! I probably shouldn't be doing the so-called speedrunning strats here. You're not really supposed to come here until you have the candle, but, you know, whatever. Whatever. So, this is funny in light of the recent Metroid issue that's cropped up about how people are like, oh my god, we all hate the fact that there's this new Metroid game that's not quite a Metroid game. How dare they try to make a Gaiden game of the thing that actually innovates in some way. That's just the most horrible thing anyone's ever heard of, ever! Sorry, my views on that matter are pretty clear, as should be obvious by now. But I don't want to drag up controversy, rather I want to make a point. See, one of the funny things is, if you ever notice, the same people who tend to complain like, oh my god, this is not a Metroid game, or oh god, this isn't a Zelda game, whatever, are the exact same people who will endlessly complain about how Nintendo never innovates. The same people are like, oh, it's the same Mario game forever, oh, it's the same Zelda game forever, and there's no new Zelda, and there's no new anything. All they do is constantly cash out their old things over and over and over. Not this one. Maybe in the face? Nope. Okay, and that just bugs the unholy crap out of me. So whenever Nintendo actually tries something new, people just throw a fit about it, and it's no freaking wonder that they're hesitant to try new things, and why they put so much effort and time into the old IPs, because every time they try something new, this happens. For those of you who weren't actually around, Zelda 2 received an incredibly bad just public reception. It was terrible. Nobody was really, well, I shouldn't say nobody, but a huge amount of people were bashing the crap out of this game for daring to be something other than Legend of Zelda 1 again, which is ironic because then the next thing they did was they said, okay, well, we'll make Legend of Zelda 1 again, and they made Link to the Past. Now, this may sound hypocritical because Link to the Past, in my opinion, is one of the best games ever made. It's on my top 28 list for a reason, but the simple fact is they did that because people complained so much about them trying something new. As I tried to discuss back in the opening crawl there, this game was a really funny and unique blend of several different gameplay styles, and the side-scroller combat, and the the explorative nature, the level mechanics, the fact that you can sit here killing this thing forever. There were several different reasons why this game was new, and in all honesty was actually pretty innovative. And yet, because it sold so relatively poorly and so many people bashed it critically, Nintendo said, okay, well, we'll just go back to the well. And then we have the same general Zelda formula that we've had, well, since LTTP, really, although Ocarina is the one that really solidified the Zelda formula. I just realized there's the beeping going on, so I'll shut up. Ah, damn it, I lost him. Oh well. The way the leveling system works in this game is weird and actually kind of hard to explain if nobody's ever played it before. Basically, you get experience for doing stuff, that's the easy part, and you gain it up to like a certain amount. Like, for example, here, I'll show you right now. Whoops, wrong button. Apparently I can't show you what I'm not out of thing. Wow, I didn't actually think that was true. Well, anyways, point being... hang on. There we go. 5 points away. Okay, here, I gotta kill... I am so terrible at killing these guys. I don't even know why, but I've always been bad at killing the Iron Knuckles, Iron Axe, or whichever guys these are. There we go. Okay, you see how it was up to next 100. So with 100x, I could raise my magic. Or I could hit cancel and save up for the 400 or 500x required for the others. But the weird thing is that you'd think this wouldn't matter except for one exceptionally important aspect. You see... Hey, I got the thing. You see, every time you kill a dungeon boss, you get the amount of X up to your maximum current X, which at the moment would be 400. So right now I would gain 400 minus 145X, which I don't feel like doing the math on the top of my head right now. So you want to set it up, basically. Oh, wow. You want to set it up so that you have as much X gain as possible from every single boss encounter you kill. At least that's if you want to be optimal. You don't have to be optimal, but I like to. Alright, so now we're set up. Although, actually, I did this wrong, and I didn't even realize this first. The goal is to actually not raise the other things. So, ideally, what you would do is, instead of getting 400x to set up for the 1000, which is what I had to do, you'd only have to get 100, or 150, I think, actually. Which is what I should have done, and I completely screwed that up because I'm an idiot. Very... By the way, I have a weird situation. I like to track deaths in these games, but it's a weird one to track in this one because I often die on purpose in this game, specifically to reset my health and whatnot, because I won't actually do my don't die setup until I get ready for the Grand Palace run, which I'll explain more about later. And God, I hate these guys. Mudchins. Okay, and yes, by the way, red and blue bottles both just refill your magic. They're not actually used for health at all. Sorry, guys. Sure glad I refilled my health for the boss fight, huh? Ah. Damn it. Wait, I'm missing a key? Oh, crap, I'm missing a key. No, come closer, not further away. Ah, run away in the gap. One other interesting thing about Zelda 2 is the fact that major enemies don't respawn. You notice the Stalfos who was there isn't? The slime is, as you can see. The Stalfos is gone. And as I go through this next area, which I've actually already cleared out, in preparation for my run on the boss, none of the major enemies will be here. There's supposed to be an Armored Knight dude, whatever they're called, Iron Knuckles, the other things, I don't care. See, he's not there. And there's going to be two Stalfos here who's in here as well. It's an interesting feature. There's also a mace-throwing guy whose name I forget, who will also be gone right here. It gives the player the option of clearing out a dungeon a bit before actually going around and trying to deal with things. Hello, I forgot about you. Damn it, I should have killed you before I went and got the fairy. I forgot you existed. Oh god, I'm gonna die to... No! I hate those guys! So, okay, if you die like this is a good time to talk about it. Then you will actually respawn all the enemies, because basically if you leave the palace, as you can see, you will respawn the enemies. By the way, as an aside, I have decided to count each death that loses a life as a death in this game. Now, I know that sounds weird. You're probably like, well, of course it does. But as I've already said, strategically dying is actually a huge part of my strategy in this game. So I've actually deliberately taken several deaths specifically to set up situations so that I'm prepared for whatever. Instead of... The alternative, of course, would be counting it as each time I hit the game over screen is a death, which is what I'm not doing. So just for some reference when we get to the death counter at the end here. Oh, and by the way, this is what caves look like when they're actually lit up. They aren't supposed to look that dark, it's just I didn't have the candle yet. Oh, wow, you jackass. We're gonna go ahead and get something else while we're here. I usually get this after the palace, but I'm just not doing well here. So, we're gonna go ahead and head down here. Go across the bubbles of doom. Yes, bubbles are very damaging to Link. Well, so is drowning, apparently. I meant to hit the jump button there. So that's what, it was 7, 8 deaths? Shoot. I'll have to check my notes. I think that's 7. Whatever. I'm just gonna take the hits. Screw it. Take the hits, take the hits, take the hits. Doesn't matter. As you can see, that just plain upgrades your life, and it's very useful. There's only a couple of those hearts in the entire game, that being one of them. I don't even remember where all the rest are. I know there's one in the northeast area on the eastern continent, but whatever. We'll get there when we get there. So, some people have compared this game to other NES games of the era. There's a trope for this. It's basically called Everything is Trying to Kill You. And it is very much true in Zelda 2. Everything is trying to kill you constantly, and they do not give a crap. I find myself wondering, though, if that's actually different from all the other Zeldas. It certainly feels more prevalent in this one than most Zelda games, including Zelda 1, which I just finished. But, I don't know. I don't know if it really qualifies as worse, given the fact that everything is just always trying to kill you in a Zelda game. Oh, by the way, Zelda 2, dedicated jump button. Just saying. Whee! Okay, so, confession time. First time I ever played this game, I didn't mean ever. That was a rental. I had a decent enough time getting to this guy. You know, I reached him pretty quickly, is what I'm trying to say. Faster than I did just now. Of course, I wasn't doing the leveling trick then. And then he beat the crap out of me, because he has more reach than you, and he hits relatively hard. So, you gotta do this weird jumping forward attack in order to get him. Oh god, kind of like that. And that's how you beat him. So this is what I was talking about, the leveling trick. Watch this. Watch my exp. It also refills your health, which is really nice. And bam! We now have sword 4. And then you can just leave, and it only turns into a rock once you've gotten all the things in there, so that's a nice little feature. I can verify that, by the way. So, for example, if I hadn't gotten the candle, it would still be a palace, but it's not, because I got the candle, so we're done there now. We never have to go back to Parappa Palace ever again. So, a lot of the names that are used across the entire Zelda franchise come from this game. You'll notice a lot of recognizable names. In fact, here, I'll show off one really quick. Here, watch this, okay? This is... Rauru. Sound familiar? There's actually a really big fan theory related to that. We'll get to that in a minute. Oh yeah, there's also the healing ladies here in town. These are the fairy fountains. It's kind of a weird situation, because on the one hand, you know, it's nice having a healer... Oh, hang on, really quick. Oh, that's not him. That's not him, sorry. Anyways, if, you know, it's nice having a healer ready to go and all that, but the downside is you gotta go all the way into town from wherever you were, and then you gotta go talk to the lady, go into the thing, go out, and etc, etc. And that's admittedly a little on the annoying side and kind of out of your way. But on the flip side, it is actually nice having the ability to go heal pretty much at will, and for free. All you have to do is know where the healing ladies are. And of course, a lot of these places in town have things like this. Pretty sure he just gave me jump. Oh, no, shield. Which I don't actually remember what shield does off the top of my head. Really, I don't. Oh well. So, Rauru, for those of you who don't remember, that's the name of the Light Sage from Ocarina of Time, the gentleman who was in, who was actually Keipora Gabora. Now, it's also worth noting, one thing that they hadn't quite figured out yet, I mean, this is kind of like Castlevania 2 in a sense. Some of the townsfolk do actually give you information that's helpful. About 90% of them tell you stuff that is not only not helpful, but in some cases is actively unhelpful or confusing. There's one I'll show off later, but we'll get there when we get there. For now, let's go ahead and hit the other town, which I forget which one this is. We'll find out in a second. By the way, if you haven't figured out the road icon, this thing I'm on now, this is safe terrain. That's why you never get encounters here. So this one is Ruto. Surely that one sounds more familiar, right? And here's my man. One of the most infamous guys in all of Zelda 2. I am Error. I just feel like sharing this because this is an interesting story. This is not a translation problem. His name is actually Error in Japanese as well. So I bet you're thinking, well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, us English kind of lost part of the joke because in another town, which I'll show off when we get there, there's a gentleman named Bug. And thus the thematic joke there is that we've got a character named Error and a character named Bug in a Zelda game. Ha ha ha. That's it. That's the entirety of the significance. I'll point it out when we get there. Here's the jump spell, which is pretty much mandatory for a continuing. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna have to remember how to cast spells in this game. It's been a while since I've played this game, if I'm honest. Since like 2007, 8, something like that. When Gary and I did our last playthrough through the thing. We like to play through games like this every now and again, just for fun. Uh-huh. That's useful, helpful info. And we're out. Time to leave Ruto. Bye, Ruto. Southward ho! So one of the other things they wanted to get across with the Adventures of Link is that this is a much bigger game than Zelda 1. And you might think of that as odd, because Zelda 1's a really big game, all things considered. And, I mean, you know, first of all, why even aim for such a goal? And second of all, how is this game possibly larger? Well, I'll kind of try and demonstrate in just a moment, as soon as I get past Mr. Boomerang. By the way, speaking of enemies that gave me a huge trouble when I first fought them, those guys. The only enemies I still have trouble with are the bastards. You'll see who I mean when we get there. And the knights. Those are the only guys who actually give me trouble to this day. Oh my god, you little... Later on, I'll get a spell called Heal, which does exactly what it says on the tin, and is very useful, to say the least. Are you kidding me? Oh, come on! Whatever. If you notice, by the way, if you look in the upper right, the one thing that changes when you die, pretty much the only way you lose progress is you lose your current experience counter. That can actually be pretty painful later on. But it is worth noting that's technically the only way you die. Now, there is kind of a trick to that. When you die, your lives get reset, so what you want to do is make sure that you don't get any of the bonus lives in the game until you're ready to make your run on the Grand Palace. And then you die on purpose to reset your life counter and reset everything. And then you go get those lives, and then you go after the Grand Palace with the full 4 lives in order to get through there. Because, trust me, you will need all 4 of those lives to get through the Grand Palace. By the way, one of my biggest complaints about this game is the fact that you're wielding a dagger. Look at this thing. Look at the reach you've got. It's pathetic, and virtually every enemy in the game, including even the basic enemies like Stalfos, have further reach than you do. And that just irritates the hell out of me. It's also worth noting that basically my favorite combat style tends to lean itself towards reach over, there we go, over, you know, power or speed, so that's part of my aggravation with it. I don't know if that's a problem for you guys, feel free to share in the comments, but I wish I had a sword that was actually a sword rather than a dagger, as already indicated. Whoa! I liked it better when it was just bubbles. Ah! By the way, I like how the water town is Saria or Saria, if you prefer, as opposed to, you know, Ruto. I know, those characters didn't exist yet, it's just funny. They could have done it the other way, damn it. They had the power. So I haven't really gotten a chance to talk about this, and I kind of lost my train of thought in the first palace, if I'm honest. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about was how much I would really, really love to get a Zelda RPG in the vein of, say, for example, you know, the Paper Mario series or the Mario and Luigi series that we saw successfully turning those franchises into a RPG setup. Maybe I'm alone in that. I don't know. I honestly don't, but I think it would be awesome if they actually pulled it off. But instead we have, you know, this, which is, it is kind of an RPG, but there's no denying the fact that it's not really an RPG, and it's kind of lacking in one of the key elements of an RPG, namely story. In actual fact, I haven't talked about the story much because there's very little to say. That may sound familiar to those of you who watched my last video on Zelda 1. But it boils down to this. We're Link. It's the exact same Link from Zelda 1, for anybody who's curious. And we have a burning desire to save Princess Zelda, who has been asleep, so we need to find the third Triforce. Now, if you're paying attention, in the first game, Zelda, you know, the Triforce that we were collecting was the Triforce of Wisdom. And the Triforce Ganon had, that we took, was the Triforce of Power. So the one we're actually seeking here is Courage. It's also worth noting that they hadn't actually named this Triforce as Courage. It was actually called the Third Triforce. But it was actually named after the fact because Link had to go through so much hell in order to get this Triforce that the developers thought, well, you know, what do you need to be that kind of adventurous, you know, courageous person? And it just kind of, you know, came together there. It's a little anecdote there. But one of the other things that I like about the story is there's a sort of a subplot, for lack of a better way to put it, about resurrecting Ganon, you know, the guy we killed. And they actually specifically refer to his ashes, because if you remember when we killed him, he's literally just a pile of ashes left over. And they want to sprinkle our blood on his ashes because they believe that will resurrect him. Whether that's actually true or not is probably debatable, but it is worth noting that if you get the game over screen, which you've seen me get a couple of times now, I think 3 times now, Ganon is resurrected. So we've got a unique situation. We are trying to save Zelda, and every minion of Ganon, and there are oh so many, are trying to resurrect Ganon with our blood. Then we have to fight Shadow Link, or Dark Link, if you prefer, because that guy's a bastard. There's actually been a lot of fan theories about that, but there's actually surprisingly only 2 real big things that are fan theorized that I've seen in this game in particular. I'll be talking about both, don't worry, when we get there. I'd just like to say that I hate anything that reminds me of those damn Medusa heads in the Castlevania series. Yes, including those guys. They're even heads. I don't know what they're heads of. Heads of bastards, I don't know. Ugh, finally. Sorry for the total silence for like all of this dungeon, guys. I've been at 1 health for a stupidly long period of time. And so I've been, you know, trying not to die. And of course, first thing I do is get hit. As you notice how much that one hit me for, though? Look at my health up there at the top. That's one thing that I actually kind of forgot about this game on memory, and I'm being reminded of it very, very much as we go through this, because, oh my god, do things hurt. And I hate Iron Knuckles even when I'm leveled. Once I get the downward thrust, I'll be fine for these guys. But right now, it's like, ah. They exist to torment my soul. Oh god, there's another one. Why is there another one? Whoa, Not at the frustration point yet, but there's one thing that gets to me. It's this unique part of the game. See, after a certain part of the game, it's kind of like the Metroid problem all over again. When you start over and you have to go all the way back, it's aggravating because you don't have all the tools to get the shortcuts yet. There are shortcuts. There are ways to get back quicker, but you need tools and equipment to make that happen. I don't have those. So that's kind of my problem here. If I had the hammer, which is basically what I've been kind of aiming towards, I'd be fine. But I don't. So I'm like, rah, tear my hair out. Wait, no hair, right. So back we go. Oh, God. Okay, so, once again, whoa, shoot. Once again, we have stopped being super doomed here. Ah, shoot. Ah, oh, God, why? There we go, okay. So, a couple cool things. First of all, we got the glove, which once upon a time I would have said the glove is a thing that they added in Zelda 2, but that's actually not true. They added it in Zelda 1, I just didn't realize it. In Zelda 1 it allows you to move the blocks in the overworld, whereas in this game it allows you to do the whole... Ah, damn it. It allows you to break blocks, which is kind of cool. Ah. Another one? Ah. There we go, okay. Your shield can block a lot of stuff in this game. It's actually kind of cool. Oh, speaking of which, so I realized one of the other reasons I've been having problems. And it's this thing. You see this spell right here, the shield spell? Well, I realized it actually... I didn't look this up. It just kind of occurred to me as I was playing through. It halves the damage you take. And they kind of rely on you using that and upgrading your magic. And I have a tendency to play games, for lack of a better term, at minimum. So I've been automatically just not using it. Well, I should probably get the exp here. I need to set up for the boss fight here. So I just haven't been using the shield spell. So that's probably one of the reasons why I've been going through like, God, everything's just creaming me. I don't understand why. Yeah, that's why. So let's see. And you have to reselect it, by the way. Weird thing. It's kind of a glitch of the UI, basically. You have to reselect a spell every time you want to cast it. Which does get a little irritating, admittedly. No! Damn it. Almost had him. Now it's your turn. I suppose this is as good a time as any to talk about the sideways glitch problem that this game has. Which I can't actually show off at the moment because I'm using a controller. But if I was using a keyboard, well, you would know exactly what I meant. Oh, hey, cool. Okay, this is kind of cool here. Watch this. I'm going to go and use, I don't know, the shield spell. I didn't do it right. I totally screwed that up. Whatever. The slime got me. I deserved it for my hubris. Basically, if you set it up so that you take a mana regen thing, like that potion, and while it's ticking up... Oh, damn it. Ah. Okay, my nose itches so badly I'm having trouble concentrating right now. Ah, scratch. Damn it. So that while you're, so while the mana is ticking up, you use a spell, and then the mana like keeps ticking up. You basically get bonus mana out of it. It's a good way to refill yourself. In fact, it's pretty much required later on in the game once you get the heal spell to do that pretty regularly. I want to get set up for the boss fight, because I really want to upgrade my sword to rank 5 on the boss in this dungeon, which means I'm going to have to do a little bit of the killing, because see, I'm going to have to get all the way up to 1500. See, I've really screwed up my leveling system. The optimal way is to basically never put exp into anything other than sword until you get to sword 8 or 9, I forget which, and then you level up everything else. But that's kind of the speedrunning strat, for lack of a better term, and also relies on you being okay, and I just kept getting creamed, and so I'm like, no. And that's why I didn't do that. I could also do this. I could also do a situation where I use that boss to upgrade my health. That would be acceptable too. I may just do that. I may just go ahead and use the boss to boost my health instead. Just something I almost never do, but shrug. Yeah, there we go. I'm trying to get the key. You have to pick up the key with your dagger. I mean sword, excuse me, sword. Fun fact, it's been debated a lot, actually, if you actually have Fee, that is to say, the Master Sword, in Zelda 1 and 2. And I've been thinking about it for a while, and I don't think you actually do. I'm pretty sure that in the end of LTTP, the Master Sword Sleeps Forever was accurate. You don't actually use Fee ever again from that point on. Oh, you stupid slime. By the way, being able to three-shot those guys is one of the benefits of having your sword skill so high at this point in time. So, hands up, who out there would do what I'm doing right now except for, like, the whole thing because you're weird, and so am I? I don't think there's any benefit to doing it. It's much better when you get the down thrust, but obviously I don't have that yet. I don't want that P-block, so we'll just go ahead and do this. Oh, jeez, really? Okay, so I want to show something off. This is a great time to do it. This is actually how you're supposed to kill these guys. You see what I did there? You're not supposed to do this thing. I mean, you can, but it's really not that worthwhile. It's much better to go ahead and do the jump. Cha! I don't know if that works on the Stalfos. Apparently it does, but it's much easier to down thrust the Stalfos. I think we're almost at the boss. I don't even remember which boss this is. There's a risk to doing this, because if they do an upward stab, they're going to hit you, like he just did to me, actually. Really? Another one? This is probably one of the most combat-heavy of the Zeldas, too. It's kind of weird when you think about it. So we're going to shield for this boss. This is the Iron Knuckle boss. He's kind of cool. There's some cool artwork for this guy. Generally, the best strategy for here I've found is to just completely Berserker Rush him, which sucks, because I have, like, no health right now. But it worked! But there's some cool artwork for that guy with his head, you know, shooting off these gusts of flame and all that fun stuff. So my experience is terrible right now. I really am going to be wasting this exp, and that bothers me, but whatever. We're going to go ahead and raise the health like I already said I was going to do. If I'd set it, I'm telling you, if I'd set it up a little better, I'd be benefiting better. I'm basically shooting myself in the foot long term in order to benefit in the now. But we're going to go ahead and raise life, as much as I hate to do that. And we need to start raising magic, too. So that one's done. We got the power for that, which was the thing that allows us to break blocks. The glove. I don't even remember what the damn thing's called in this one. Fun little factoid, for anybody who's curious. This is, depending on how you define it, admittedly, but this is the largest overworld of any Zelda game. There is a huge amount of towns and a very large amount of regions that you roam through in this game. And I hate this swamp. I really do. Somewhere. So this is Bagoo. Except that's actually a mistranslation. This is the guy I told you about earlier. This is Bug. The similarity guy to Error. So now that we've talked to him, he'll be like, yeah, sure, you could cross. You're one of us. You're cool. Whoops, I hit one of the other encounter spots. One thing I like about this game is the ability to attack while moving. It allows you for some unique things. If you've seen me do the down thrust stab as I land, that's one of those maneuvers that's really useful. Hello? Oh, she's the side quest. Yeah, another fun fact. This is the first game to actually introduce the concept of side quests to the series, which would actually become something of a staple henceforth, and eventually turned into the trading game. I don't remember exactly when the trading game began to be a thing. I think it was in Link's Awakening. I could be wrong about that. Okay, so we're about to go to Through Death Mountain. Yeah, this fun section. This is my least favorite section of the game, if I'm honest. But give me just a second. I need to change my input here. There we go. Okay. Oh, I have a setting set wrong. Hang on. Uh-oh. I'm gonna be killed by slimes while I'm trying to show this off. There we go. Oh, actually, I may not be able to do it with this setup now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, hang on. Okay. Die! No! Defeated by slimes. Come on! Come on! Okay. Sure, whatever, okay. Oh, it's actually not letting me do it anymore. Okay, there's got to be a config I have set wrong, because I had to actually figure out where this configuration was and turn it off, specifically so that it would stop doing this on accident. And I'm not sure... Oh, here it is, here it is. Maybe? Let's try this. Yep, there it is. Okay, so this is the bug. Anybody who's seen any of the glitch runs of this game has probably seen this bug in action. Hang on, let's kill this guy. Here, you know what? Let's go do this in the town. That's a little less horrible. Okay, so this is the glitch kind of in action here. It's hard to control. Basically, the idea is to create whiplash like that. Whoa! Bridge wasn't up. What? Okay, whatever. I'm not counting that as a death, because I'm just trying to show off the glitch. Even though I'm going to go all the way back down there. But yeah, you kind of set up this situation where you build up momentum and they go, wow! Wow! And it's actually really hard to control if you don't know what you're doing. Which I don't, admittedly. And you can actually go so fast the game doesn't render things properly. And so the glitched run, which does this on purpose, uses this to zoom through like walls and just zip across areas and completely glitch out your location and wrong warp all over the place and that kind of stuff. And you're probably wondering, well, how do you do it, Arsh? Well, it's actually real simple. You have to hold left and right down at the same time. This is me holding left and down, or left and right at the same time. You have to set it up so it actually accepts a left and right input at the same time. Now, the funny thing is, this is actually in the original programming of the game, because the NES controller, the original one, is actually not capable of doing this kind of input. So they never had to worry about this kind of thing. However, obviously, in the more modern era, it's possible to have controllers and, of course, a keyboard, which is why I switched to the keyboard to show this off, to have left and right hold at the same time. And the input just has no idea how to deal with this. The engine they built just has no idea how to deal with that, so it's just wah! Anyways, I just thought I'd show that off real quick. Let me switch it back now and get all the way back down to Death Mountain. Now, I mentioned earlier that sense of progression from the experience and whatnot. It's worth noting that sometimes it's just not worth killing the monsters. They either take too long, or they're just too damn irritating. I have to admit, the really slow text crawl just kind of bugs me in this game. It's one of the only things that is just plain irritating about this game to me. That and just how much stuff hurts when it hits you. God. Okay, Death Mountain. So you might be asking, why is it I hate this place? Well, it's kind of a maze. I'm not actually that good at mazes to begin with. And it's the worst kind of maze, too. It's a maze filled with horrific, deathful monsters. And if I die a few times, well, I get to get all the way back up here. I'll talk about something else in a minute as soon as we're through here, assuming I do get through here. I don't actually remember the route. Like I said, it's actually been a while since I played this game, so, you know. So this is a good time as any to talk about how weird this game is. As I mentioned back in Zelda 1, they do this thing where different colors mean different strength for the enemies, right? But they're kind of weird about what colors mean what in this one. In the last one, it was pretty definitive. In this one, sometimes blue is the strongest, sometimes red is the strongest. It's just kind of weird how they do it. It depends based on the enemy, basically. But in general, if you see an enemy that is all in all blue, that's going to be the... oh, hey. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's going to be your the strongest version of that enemy, and that will become very apparent later on, trust me. Okay, I'm actually where I wanted to be. This is great. Okay, so hang on. We gotta do a couple things really quick. No, no, don't encounter me! No! Enemies in the desert are bad. Hang on. Good. Okay. So, as I was saying, I'm going to pause the game just really quick so you can see this area right here. This is Zelda 1. And this was done on purpose. There's like nothing down here, really. This is just an area you go to. But Death Mountain That area up there, that's the whole mountainous region at the north. This lake thing is where that one, I forget which one, it's like Dungeon 1, I want to say, is in the middle of, or maybe it's Dungeon 4. Either way, the one you need the raft to reach. And there's the forest in the southwest, there's that little lake in the east. Yeah, this is Zelda 1. And this is not a theory or anything. This is a literal, deliberate intent by the designers, which I just think is kind of cool. And they did this specifically to emphasize how large and how much larger in scope and scale this adventure is to the previous one. Yeah, I'm sorry, that was the other thing I wanted to show. There's the graveyard over there. I really don't feel like dying in a random encounter. See, there's the graveyard. That was at the west end. Okay, go. No! Freaking hell. The desert maps are just kind of irritating to push through. Really? Okay. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show off. Okay, I guarantee there's going to be some kind of bastard dude. Probably, yeah, okay. Probably one of the axe guys. Axe lizards. I don't know what those are exactly. Nope. Damn it to hell. No! Yeah, well, I got one more life to push through this. Let's add another to the death counter. Just, there we go. Red guy should be dead, so that's a relief. The other red guy. Stupid red bat wannabes. You're not even real Keese. Yeah, that's right, I said it. Why are there, like, fleas? Because they're irritating! Because the game designers were like, you know what? You've just gone through hell. Let's piss you off. Ah! Like I said. Oh, hey. We're a ways from the next dungeon, so yeah, we'll go ahead and push that now. Now, I feel like I'm going totally the wrong way. We'll find out in a second. I was going the wrong way. Yay! Finally! We did it, guys. Now, a lot of runs actually save and reset at this point, just to get back as soon as possible. But I feel like there's one other thing worth checking out down here, if I'm not mistaken. I could be. We'll see in a second. Okay. I was right! Magic bottle. Woo! Worth coming back here for it. So, you might be wondering, why am I doing back here? Well, I just realized something. If you've been noticing, I've been really screwed up, and I keep saying, why don't I have the life spell? Why don't I have the life spell? I started thinking about it, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, watch this. I found a mirror under the table. By the way, you see this right here? This is arguably the only time Link talks in the entire franchise. Yeah. There's probably other exceptions I can't think of, and I'm sure I'm going to get a billion comments correcting me. But, yeah. I found... Yeah, so... Teach me the life spell. Except she doesn't, but her crazy old dad does. Or grandpa, or whatever. Zelda 2 is one of those weird games where unless you're really good at it, or a speedrun of it, which is also involves being really good at it, you generally want to get do a 100% run, just because of the benefit it will be to you to have full life, full magic, etc. And again, that's ignoring the fact that, as I already mentioned, you kind of need really cranked magic just to be able to cast Thunder, which is flat required to beat the game that needs to use that left and right trick I showed off earlier. So unless you're doing a glitch run, you need to do that. You ever wonder what Ganon did to inspire such loyalty in his minions? I mean, think about it for a second. These people are doing... I mean, there's hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of these creatures across 2 continents, which we're about to show off the second continent, by the way. All for Ganon. It's incredible. Okay, so this is the harbor town of Mido, which always amuses the crap out of me that they actually named a town after him, canonically. Okay, so there's the healing lady, which I don't actually need. If I'm not mistaken, this should be when I get down thrust. I should go ask Error. Yeah, another fun fact, by the way. All these towns were obviously named after the sages, even though in real life terms all the sages were named after the towns. It's one of those kind of situations. If this is downward thrust, I'm gonna laugh. It's probably a spell, though. Nope, this is downward thrust. Hey, dude. When you jump, press down. This is the best thing in the entire game, by the way. This right here, the downward thrust. This is going to be my primary method of attack for the entire rest of the game. That's not a joke. As I've said before, I'm much more of a vertical fighter than a horizontal fighter. Usually that only applies to fighting games, but in certain side-scrolling games, such as DuckTales, Shovel Knight, etc., it lends itself towards that as well. So, yeah. Oh, shoot, I should go get my magic refill doesn't matter. In all honesty, I may choke at the Grand Palace. I may not be able to do this. I am actually very confident in my ability to reach the Grand Palace. That is when my confidence flies out the window. So we'll see, huh? So I give her the medicine that cures her daughter, and I get the awesome spell Fairy. Now, Fairy actually has 3 uses. It's probably, arguably, the best spell in the game. First usage. Blah, 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 blah. Wow, that's an expensive spell. First usage is obvious, being able to go up or across or otherwise into areas you can't get, because you can fly as a fairy, right? Now, Fairy, just like every spell in this game, only lasts on the screen you're on. So as soon as you do a screen transition like this one, you're back to being Link. So you can't just stay in fairy form. By the way, go ahead, get your jokes out of the way about Link being a fairy. It's okay. We've all said them. Anyways, so that's the first and obvious benefit of being the fairy. The second benefit is you can dodge a lot of enemy attacks. If you're in an area that happens to be particularly prolific, and trust me, there will be areas where the enemies are just attacking half the screen, and this game basically turns into a bullet hell. It's very useful for dodging all those. And the final usage is you can use it to bypass keys. You can actually use the fairy spell to get through locked doors, because you're so small you fit through. Now, oh jeez, I'm not even gonna reach the dungeon. Okay, where is it? It's right around here. I found it last time. There it is. See how much of my mana that took, though? Over half, so I literally only have 1 cast in me without a refill right now. But this is what the fairy spell actually does, and as you can see, you're fully maneuverable, pretty fast, too. And a bunch of other fun stuff. Here we are. Dungeon 3. Oh, shoot! I was not expecting that one. We're just gonna bypass him. Oh, jeez. Right, okay, so we're starting to be at the point now where the enemies are starting to get mean. How many lives do I have right now? Okay, okay. Must destroy all the blocks. So as you noticed, I just used the health spell there. It doesn't actually fill you to full, but it does fill you. And that's better than nothing. Or whatever. I'm just gonna leave that guy by himself. himself over there. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Ugh. 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 Okay, that was not what I wanted to do, but, you know, whatever, we'll make do. Wait, how do I... Damn it, okay, fine. Do I have enough mana for jump? No. Can I make this jump? Is that possible? Okay, let's make some room. Because this is another one of those games where you get a little bit of momentum. God, the hitbox on these blocks is weird. You gotta hit them like in the lower half. There we go. So, okay, we're good, we're good. Wait, no we're not, because we gotta... Okay, hang on. We'll make this work. With no mana. Yeah! Well, whatever, I can just do this, actually. I could take a risk and try and go kill that guy, but that's gonna cost me health, and I don't have another heal in me. Oh, crud. That's another example of the color weirdness, by the way. Usually red is one of the weaker ones, but... Well, I shouldn't say usually, but usually blue is the strongest, but that's pretty much the strongest alphos right there. So, here I am, making my way back. You notice I'm really low on health from some rather irritating encounters on the way here. And I'm not there yet. I've still got to fight a guy. Oh, shoot. Not that guy. That's not the guy I have to fight. Do I have enough? Nope. Didn't think so. We'll do this instead. And I'm... Well, I always strive to be honest with you guys. So... I'm thinking about giving up. I'm thinking about quitting Zelda 2. And I'm sure at least some of you would be like, yes! Arsh admits it's a terrible game. You know what, I'll talk when I have some health back. You know, how's my lives? Ugh, I hate to waste a life just to get health back, but I may do that. So, now that we have some health, let's continue talking. I need some experience, too. Damn, these guys got some health. Okay, here's the problem, alright? I know this is going to sound weird, but I'm in a weird situation here, because I have to be honest. I can't let any form of nostalgia blind me on the situation, right? That's not how this works. The entire point of this is to examine this as if I was playing this game, you know, now. See if it has withstood the test of time. I have played games that have withstood the test of time. I have played games that have not. And there is literally one thing about this game, which can be traced to about 3 other things, but the one thing is the important part, that is making it difficult to actually enjoy this game. And that's the damn frickin' backtracking, which, again, could be traced back to how much enemies hurt, and the need to conserve resources. In other words, let me tie this into you. So I just died, right? Or rather, I died here. You guys saw me. I died in the dungeon, went all the way back, had to come all the way back to this damn place from the start of the game, right? And when I got here, I was low on magic and low on health because I had to use the fairy spell just to reach this place. Like, it's literally required. And on top of that... Hang on. I'm not even going to fight him. On top of that, I had to... I was getting mauled by the enemies in the graveyard area as I was on my way down here. Let's do this properly this time, man. So, there we go. So as I was making my way down here, I reached here at low health and low overall resources, right? Damn. And that's a problem, because this is a difficult dungeon with enemies that hurt. You kind of see how I'm going with this. So the fact that I had to come all the way back here means I can't just start over at full strength. Even if I played very well, it's unlikely I would get... In fact, it's actually impossible that I would get back here at full strength. Like, literally impossible. There we go. Yes, I did that on purpose. Screw that guy. But anyways, getting back to my point, this is frustrating. And it's the weirdest type of frustrating because... Oh, shoot, I didn't actually kill him, technically, so... There we go. It's the weirdest type of frustrating because it actually boils down to a simple thing. I have a deadline. I have a schedule to meet, you know? And I would rather not just keep playing, even though I could, and eventually beat this game, when so much of it is going to be died, run back, died, run back, died, run back. You know, that's so much of the time spent is going to be that. So in the end, oh jeez, we're up against the blue guys now. Blue guys are the suck. Oh dear God. Well, this is going to make my point for me, isn't it? And I'm all the way back here. And I have to get all the way back there, and I have to play well to get all the way back there. And we all know how that works, right? I mean, I've talked about this before. It's the frustration factor. You've just gone across this whole terrible thing, and you have to go all the way back, and you have to do it well, because if you don't, you know, you'll be in worse shape. But you can't do it well because you're frustrated. That's it. And you're just in a hurry. You just want to get back to it. You just want to get back to it. It's like, I already did this. Why do I have to do it again? You know, that philosophy, right? And if I'm honest, that's bad game design. If I'm just going to be 100% honest, the fact that they shove you all the way back to the beginning of the game when you lose those lives is bad game design, and I do not actually agree with it. Here we go. So that's a ding against this game, and I will admit that freely and without hesitation. Damn it! Ah! 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 There it is. And again, even if I had played perfectly and got all this way, I have to burn over half my magic just reaching the island, and then I'm going to have to fight a blue boomerang guy, whose name I can't remember, in the next screen. You see what I'm talking about here, right? Now, if I did not have a deadline, if I wasn't trying to push out this video and the latest Voyager videos, and I also have to finish the LTTP video, and the Ocarina of Time video, and all that has to be done these next couple of weeks, I would actually be inclined to keep going, just because, I mean, I do like this game. I am enjoying myself, other than the death factor. I like the combat, I like the dungeon design, I like exploring around, you know, all that fun stuff. It's just the frustration of having to restart is getting to me. I may actually give this badge, or this game, the badge of frustration purely based on that. Really? Really? You're gonna do this? There we go. Nope, 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 he's still not moving. Move! Move! I don't want to take a hit just to get off your head. There we go. I knew he'd do it eventually. There's another alternative, but it also involves doing something I don't want to do. I could grind. Oh, crap. Really? Anyways, I could go grind. And, in so doing, you know, raise my levels to the point where I might have a better chance at succeeding. Because I've still got 4 more levels of magic, 2 more levels of life, you know, blah, 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 that I could get right now. And at the point I'm at the game now, grinding would be very slow and very time-consuming, which ironically is the same problem all over again, isn't it? Time. We're just gonna let this guy go by. I'm really irritated that nothing is dropping magic pots in this place, too. That's not helping at all. I'm getting a little better at those guys, though, you have to admit. Excuse me. Oh, that frickin' slime! That freaking slime! He is just in the perfect position! Every time. Ugh. They're all positioned like that, too, because they do the knockback thing. Just about any game that has that knockback mechanic, that's why it has it, because they want to trick you into falling into pits, because you got hit by someone for 1 damage. That's not a joke, that's actual, the mentality behind it. Blue guys, blue guys, blue guys, blue guys, blue guys. It's actually easier to do this in a corridor. That's why I'm sucking. Oh god, oh god. I can't seem to hit him. After all this, there's a frickin' locked door. It's okay, I have enough for... Oh my god, he's not dead! Why is he not dead? Why is he not dead? So I mentioned earlier the fairy spell has other uses. This is one of them. Excuse me. Get the raft. And I'm out. Peace. I'd rather waste the mana than fight you, you bastard. I thought I was doing pretty well against him, and he just wouldn't fall over. He actually has infinite HP because the developer of this game personally hate you. So here's the eternal question. How much of this is real difficulty, and how much of this is fake? Because I think we're seeing both on display. First of all, the backtracking, the forced backtracking because, you know, you had to, because screw you, that's very fake difficulty. There's no getting around that. However, a lot of these enemies admittedly have genuine difficulty to them, and I will admit that. You know, a lot of these enemies have patterns that you have to learn, and unique attacks to them, which is what actually makes them difficult, not so much their health and whatnot, you know. And so, it's not just the fact that they hit harder and have more health, although that is obviously a factor, as I just indicated by the guy who wouldn't die. But at least for the most part, most of the enemies become more difficult because they're doing new stuff. So, like I said, it's a weird case where we're seeing real difficulty mixed with artificial difficulty. And as I think I mentioned already, I don't actually recall, I know I thought about saying this. I'm in too much of a hurry here, I need to slow down. One of the things I like about this, and this is true in The Legend of Zelda 1 as well, is there's a great variety of enemies in this game. So it's not like, you know, we're always fighting the same 5 guys who just happen to upgrade their health and damage. Okay, so we got the key. It's just like, what did I go into that room for? Dungeon 3, ladies and gentlemen. If you think this is bad, if I reach... It is my goal to, at the very least, reach the Grand Palace, if for absolutely no other reason than I want you to understand the horror that is the Grand Palace. If you think this is bad, you have seen nothing, sir. The Grand Palace is insane. If I play my cards right, I won't have to fight him. Red guys I can kind of deal with. Okay, come on, come on. There we go, okay. Hole's been made, now I just have to get over here quickly enough before he starts throwing daggers in my back. No! Oh, come on! And the funny thing is my death counter isn't that high. I have died 20 times. That may not sound like... That's counting each individual death, not each game over. That's it. And a huge amount of those were before I realized I could use the shield spell. So I haven't actually died that often. It's just each time I die, hey, Zelda, what's up? Still sleeping? Yeah, that's great. By the way, some people are wondering why she's sleeping. It's kind of a weird situation. Basically, the prince, who is never named... Yeah, sure, thanks. You can get fairies from those random encounters. They're the only ones that'll actually show up on the roads, as you just saw. Anyways, the prince is a jackass and put Zelda to sleep. Yeah, that's right, the prince did that, not Ganon's minions or anything like that. It's actually the very first example we see of internecine conflict in the Zelda series, which will actually become something of a staple of the lore and background of the Zelda series in the future. We'll be talking about that a lot more when we get to Ocarina of Time, but it's present in LTTP as well. So I'm just going to show you this whole thing. I'm going to show you the whole trip back, and my desire to not get hit on the way back. And again, we have to blow fairy just to reach this place. And in case you're wondering, I know for a fact there's no other magic containers on this continent. So I've literally gotten every item on this continent. Actually, I know I have. I got both of the spare hidden hearts. I haven't gotten the 2 lives, but of course I haven't. I'm saving those for when I go to the Grand Palace. That would be really, really wasteful to get them now. Oh my god. Well, I only lost like a quarter of my life there. But we're not done yet, because we've still got... No! God damn you! Okay, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. Okay, we're back. So that's the trip back. And I know, that probably doesn't feel like a long trip. Maybe I'm just complaining too much. I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be honest, and I am getting discouraged. It has also been way too long since I've actually played this game proper. Oh god, and so I don't actually mind the exp reset that much, because it's usually not a concern. Most of the exp you get in this game is going to come from the bosses anyways. But, for example, I really want to get all 1200 of that, because otherwise I won't be optimally set up for the boss of this place, which I haven't even reached yet. I've gotten the item from this place, that's good, I've gotten the raft. If I wanted to, I could skip this place for now, and go to the Eastern Continent, but I don't see any real benefit to doing so. There's nothing I would get there. Actually, I could go get the other magic containers in the hearts. So that is an option. It occurs to me. I am limiting myself in my own options without really meaning to. I could go and get a few more upgrade items, and that might help. So if I die again, I'm going to go and do that. And, in the interests of, once again, total honesty, that is actually good game design, that they allow that option, that you can go and upgrade your stuff, you know? For anyone wondering how this trick works, you're effectively aiming for the top of their helmet. It's the only place that they can't block, even when they're, even when they've got their shield up. It's also possible to get them with the downward stab. It's a little trickier, though. You have to do this bouncing trick, which is hard to explain, but it's there. It's a thing you can do. Oh, he's in the next level up. You know, I never actually, rather, I didn't have a Game Genie for the NES for a really long time, but a friend of mine did. And he once played this game with infinite mana on, and according to him, the game was a breeze at that point. And I believe him. Because as soon as you get the life spell, you're basically set. Like, oh, I'm getting hurt, heal. Oh, I'm getting hurt, heal. You know, it's effectively infinite life on top of infinite, you know, fairy spell and infinite thunder once you get it, you know. So, yeah. Not that I'm encouraging you guys to cheat, except I totally am. See, that's kind of what I'm going with this. A lot of people have a stigma against cheating, and I'll admit I am also one of those people in a weird way. I prefer not to cheat. But the reason I've always given for that is the fact that doing so feels like it's cheating me at it. By the way, you see the trick I just did? I finally actually showed you the trick. That is the healing trick, the magic trick. You cast while it's refilling, and that gives you more refill than you otherwise would have gotten. So I finally got to show that off. And of course, then I took hits. But I'm trying to get X. Anyways, I try not to cheat because generally, I find that cheating reduces my enjoyment of an experience. You know, I like to call it I am literally cheating myself out of the game, right? But that's only for some games, like a Mega Man, for example. I would never actually cheat in a Mega Man game because that would just defeat the point. It would be like, you know. However, I am also not against cheating. I know a lot of people have this big stigma against cheating, and there's plenty of reasons to cheat. I've actually given my favorite example is both my sister and my best friend Gary do not like real-time strategy gameplay, but they love the stories of games like StarCraft and Warcraft and Total Annihilation, all that fun stuff. So in order to actually enjoy those games, they just cheat their way through them. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is really, if you want to cheat to play through this game, there is nothing wrong with that. As long as you enjoy it, that's the part that matters. You follow? Oh god, I'm at the boss. I'm gonna go... how many hells? I've got 2 lives, so I'm actually kind of good to go, actually, I think. I need a drink. I'm gonna get a drink really quick. Okay, drink get. We're gonna set this on this. Do that immediately. I don't even remember which boss this is. I think this is the horse boss. If I'm right. Yeah, I'm right. I'm totally right. This is the downward thrust boss. There's a way to completely curb stomp this guy. And I... Up! Ah, damn, I had the setup, but I screwed it up. Crap. Don't get cocky! Yeah, by the way, the boss is one of these blue bastards. It's okay, he actually has less health than the normal blue bastards. I'm not kidding, he really does. Shoot. I'm so glad I put shield on for this fight. Oh god. The fact that he backs up is just insane. Because you gotta, what you gotta do is you gotta basically get all the way over here, and then approach while blocking or dodging. Come on, come on. Damn it. Oh well, next life. So you gotta, like, get him and then do the jump stab thing, and it's just a pain. Yeah, let's get the heal spell ready to go. Alright, let's do this. I should cast Fairy. That'd be a great idea for a boss fight. There's a trick to basically insta-kill this guy if you get him in the corner just right. And he has to be at the right angle, because that lance he's wielding, or rather, technically the horse is wielding, actually does a lot of damage and has a really big hitbox, or hurt box, actually, to be more accurate. Basically, you want to get, like, in the hitbox while doing the downward stab, and that's how that works. And you really want to... You remember how I mentioned on the last boss you want a Berserker Rush? I was not exaggerating. That is really the best way to take out some of these bosses. If you let them push you into a corner, they will push you on the defensive and leave you there. Oh no, I need like 100 X. Okay, I'm gonna go get 100 X, because this is stupid. I'm not wasting a boss X. Which means I'm actually probably gonna go ahead and fight this blue guy. I'm not wasting that X. So here we go. Fortunately, I'm in the perfect position to fight. These kind of corridors are perfect for this. Seriously. Oh my god, we got it! Okay, so now we're gonna cancel. And we'll get another 800x from the boss, which is less than optimal, but again, I've been setting this up wrong this whole time. But that way we will at least be able to upgrade our sword again, which will really, really help when we get to Eastern Continent. I have to admit, I'm feeling a little bit of the Dark Souls situation here. If you don't know what I mean by that, at least according to several of my fans, because I wasn't that into Dark Souls, the real nice part of Dark Souls is not, you know, the difficulties per se, but the satisfaction from overcoming something. And the fact that I just beat that dungeon, I'm actually feeling pretty good about that, really. I'm like, yeah, you know, I did it. Go ahead, make fun if you want. But that is pretty satisfying, and that is something that is worth noting. That is something that has to be factored into the equation. So this is what the raft does. Pretty much the same thing as in Zelda 1, it's just you get to the second continent this way. So all the enemies here are worse in every way. And I mean all of them. Welcome, if I'm not mistaken, Naburu, right? Yes, Naburu Town. I've sometimes wondered how these towns exist, given how ridiculously dangerous the wildlife is, but then again, same question could be levied at a lot of RPGs, so shrug. So here's something you might not have noticed before. I just upgraded my magic just a little bit ago, and one of the things that's weird about how the upgrade system works in this game is it doesn't... Basically, I have magic level 5, but you notice my magic meter hasn't actually gone up any, right? Well, I'll demonstrate here in a second when I don't have a fight that's gonna destroy me. Oh, jeez. Hang on. Okay. Moving on. Maze Island. I can't... Shoot, I have to get in combat. Hang on. I'm gonna get to the cave. Don't worry, I know exactly where I'm going here. Believe it or not, I actually know this maze by heart. Because the first step is to go right here. Okay, so you see the cost of everything? If you'll remember, these didn't used to cost this. Like, life used to be 60, fairy used to be 60, now it's 50, 40. And this is down to 16, which is basically one bubble. Each time you get one of those magic upgrades, it lowers the cost of your spells. This is basically why you need to crank up your magic for Thunder, in order to make it castable, in order to have the ability to cast it at all. Similarly, though, you also need to get the magic containers, of which I believe there are 4. I could be wrong about that. I should probably kill you. Whoa. Whoa! Okay. Get the kid. And then die! I've actually never seen that happen before. I have the kid, though, right? I better go check. Just to be sure. Yeah, these are low-ranked lizard guys, by the way. We're going to be seeing some high-ranked lizard guys soon. These are basically the really strong versions of the Iron Knuckles or whatever. Okay, so did we get him? Yeah, okay. I didn't even have a chance to make a joke about how you pick up the kid like an item. But yeah, this is the Lost Kid. That's why we go this way first, because now we're going to go to the next village, my personal favorite village, and in no way related to the fact that it's named after someone I love. Or, rather, the character is named after this place, but whatever, you get the point. We're not even going to try to go to that palace yet. We got other things on our minds. So, this is the town, my favorite town of the game, of Darunia. So is this upward cleave or is this reflect? I think this is reflect. Yeah, this is reflect. So reflect is literally mandatory for the boss, and it actually ironically makes this upcoming boss the easiest boss in the entire game. That's not a joke. He's easier than Horsehead. Now we get the upward thrust. Or upward cleave, I think is actually what it's called. When you jump, press up. There are actually a couple of enemies I remember this being useful against. See, that's the upward thrust right there. So we can shoot up, we can shoot down. But yeah, if you're not aware, some monsters will come at you from above. We've already seen a couple of those, actually. Only a couple. And, yeah, that's a good way to... Especially the giant blobs, which, believe it or not, are among the more... I've been doing... Oh my god! Really? Really? Okay, sure, whatever. I didn't realize I was low on lives. That's just as well. I was about to do the dungeon with 1 life, and I didn't even realize that, so let's add that to the death counter here. I do have one small complaint about this game. The enemies you encounter in the overworld don't ever give you much experience. Even when they get much rougher and much more difficult to defeat, they don't actually give you much additional experience. They're still giving like 10, 20 experience a kill, whereas most enemies I fight in dungeons at this point are giving 100, 200, etc. And you might wonder why I say that's a bad thing. Well, it's actually really simple. Their line of thinking is obvious. Well, you can fight these infinitely and however much you want, so we need to reduce the amount of exp they give. The downside is that has the reverse effect, too. It makes it so that any encounter with random encounters becomes irritating, rather than something that's like, okay, well, I can get a little more experience here. You'll notice I've just been running from every encounter in the non-dungeon stuff, because it's not worth it at the point I'm at. It would have been nice for them to add to that a bit, you know? And increase the amount of X that those enemies give. I am recording right now, right? Yeah, okay. Yes, that's right. Flies that shoot rocks at you. Because they were just like, you know, how can we piss off the viewers, or the players, as much as humanly possible? I know. Screw them! Trust me, you still haven't seen anything. So here we go. Now this dungeon, by memory, is one of the easier dungeons, almost entirely due to the fact that... hang on. There we go. Used the trick properly that time. Full health, full mana. This is like the first time I've done a dungeon since the first one with full health and mana. Not full lives, though. Anyways, you haven't seen anything yet, but this dungeon, by memory, is one of the easier dungeons because almost everything in here is the mage-type stuff, which can be dealt with this spell, and is actually a good place to farm by memory, because one casting of Reflect and you can just kill them. If you're going to use a cheat, obviously the magic cheat would just make you Destructo Doom, assuming there is such a thing. I mean, I shouldn't say that, I'm sure there is now, because now we have cheats that don't involve a Game Genie. But if there's like an infinite lives cheat, use that, because that would remove basically all of my frustration with this game in a nutshell. I know, that is cheating. But that's my personal recommendation. If you're gonna cheat, give yourself infinite lives so you don't have to constantly go back to the beginning of the entire game. Whoop, whoop. There's Reflect. There we go. We're good. Literally, this is the strategy. This is why I call this guy the easy boss. Now, as you can see, he's actually pretty fast. So, if you weren't in the corner, this could actually be pretty hectic, because you always have to duck, and you always have to face wherever they're coming from, and figure out which ones are coming after you, and which ones aren't. As you can see, once you get in the corner, not really an issue. Okay, I was right. Boots. Alright. And they're still doing their lawn mowing out there. Yeah, I think this is a good time for a death. I think I will finally death warp, even though I've been trying to avoid that. This is a really good time for that, because it was just a long, irritating trip out here otherwise, so... Yeah, come on, hit me in the back. There you go, there you go. I'll even count that on the death counter right there. Ganon's back, except he's not. Stab, stab, stab. Onwards to mail. Now, this is funny. I imagine first-time players, when they very first play this game, get the boots and are like, what the crap are these? These are kind of a precursor to the hover boots, actually, over in Ocarina. I'll explain what I mean in a moment. I guess it won't take me that long to get there. Because I still need to get the flute, which means I need to do the water palace. Yeah, that's right. It's time to see if the trend continues. Or rather begins, because there really was no water dungeon in Zelda 1, unless you count level 4. So... Oh my god, I've got the boots and I can walk out on the water. Isn't that incredible? Oh, here we are. Water Palace. Let's see how bad it is, guys. The Water Palace, which is of course near Naburu. The town of Naburu. Because, I don't know why. They're still mowing the lawn. I'm going to kind of go quiet for a little bit, because lawn mowing. Well, at least the red guy's dead. God, I had to say something, didn't I? Oh. Frickin' really? What? I died twice to being knocked into the lava. Screw this place. It's the first screen I've even died on in this dungeon. Oh god, I'm finally out of low health. I got a lucky magic drop here. So, hopefully I'll get to show off the thing I was just thinking about telling you about. We basically have the precursors of Komi and Katoke, or whatever the hell their names. The elderly witches, the Gerudo witches, in this game. And I could really use that, but I have no mana at all right now, so that's not going to happen. I'm actually trying to get the 3000 XP here, so that I can push for another big upgrade. Because if I just use dungeon bosses at this point, I actually will not max out my stats, and I'd really like to max out my stats. But I'm also kind of being... Well, I have one life left, this life right here, so I've been kind of cautious. But the reason that I mentioned the Elder Witch guys... Really? Yeah, I've been mowing for like 5 minutes, but now you start? Anyways, these guys... Whoa, really? Are, really, 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 really easy to farm, and they give 200 XP each. Remember how I was talking about how I'd farm the Wizrobes? Well, you know how memory's kind of a vague thing? And as I was doing that, I'm like, this doesn't seem like something I'd farm. Why would I farm these guys? And I saw these guys, and I was like, oh, right, these are the mage-type guys I would farm. Duh. Because, yeah, my memory was just imperfect there. They're very low risk, it's really easy to dodge their attacks. Takes a while, because they like to vanish in and out, and but they give 200 XP each, so really good farming place is the water dungeon if you really need or want to push your levels. You know, as much as I hate to talk during a section where I've got the low health warning going, I just gotta say, it just kind of occurs to me one of the things that would really make this game a lot better. Enemies dropping health. Just saying. By the way, fun fact, there are actually no excess keys in this game. I mean, there technically are thanks to the magic key, but that is a technically. If you ignore the magic key, which is an optional item, you have to get every key to get through every dungeon, unless you use fairy or the zip around glitch that I demonstrated earlier. Alright, we're healed, we're shielded, and we got the jump spell. Wish me luck, this is literally the hardest boss in the entire game right here. So here's why he's so hard. He's got reach, and his weak point is his stomach. Oh god. And the mace hurts like hell. This is probably the only boss I don't actually try to Berserker Rush at all. You just can't. You're lucky to get in a hit every now and again, so it's a very patient fight. And even with shield, he's going to be creaming me with that thing. This is why I use jump. It makes it much easier to escape with jump on. Oh god. There you got a taste of how much he hurts. Oh god, come on. This is literally my last life! I do not want to die on the boss. Oh god, I did it. Holy crap. Okay. Whew. Alright, guys. We're actually reaching the part where the game is officially hard. That was funny. That dungeon as a whole wasn't actually that bad. The fact that I had 1 life and virtually no health that whole dungeon is indicative of that. I actually still made it through that without dying. So, you know, woo! But, that boss is insane. And that boss is usually what I consider the official moment at which the game starts getting really hard. Because now we have the really hard stuff to do. I don't know why I'm going here. We're going this way. See, we got the flute. Now this is funny. Why would you get the flute? To make the monster go away. I mean, that's just logical, right? Yeah, I honestly don't know how you're supposed to know how to do some of the stuff in this game without a walkthrough. Oh, goody! Yes, the lizard people. The lots of lizard people. Oh, dear God, let me by. Oh, God, I'm glad there's a town on the other side of this place! By the way, that's not the only one! Yay! I'm gonna get a shield in this time. Just take the hits and run! Run! Oh god, why? Thankfully I've gotten everything north of this area other than the 1-ups, which, as I've mentioned before, I'm saving for the last dungeon, so... yeah. This is usually my strategy when just traveling to a new location. Just go. There's a health thing there. Ugh, thank God. And that should be the last, yeah, that's the last magic container now that I have the last heart container as well. Also, ow. Help me, oh god. Please help me. Why does it beep in town? There's no reason for it to beep in town. So he teaches me the spell. Spell. Now, the spell is actually kind of useless, really. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, it has literally 1 use in the entire game. But that's okay, because that still makes it more useful than the fire spell, which has 0 uses. Ah, there we go. Ahem. This is what the spell does. And we get the infinite key. We no longer have to think about keys ever again. But there was one other very important reason to come here, and that was for the magic container. With max magic containers and max hearts, we're basically 100%. All we're missing is the spell Thunder. But since we already have the magic containers, we now have the ability to get the spell Thunder. I forget how many require. I don't remember if it's all 4. But, yeah. Okay, we're getting ready for the endgame now, guys. Time to find the palace that nobody could ever find until they read Nintendo Power, appropriately called the Hidden Palace. Okay, been a little while. We've actually spent, looks like about 35 minutes just chain farming the random mobs out here. You see we're at Sword 8, Magic 8, Life 8 now. So we are officially nice and strong. You notice how much cheaper all these spells are, by the way. Almost everything costs 16, which, by the way, is a single square, with only Fairy and Life costing more. Life never went down. Jump actually costs half a square, which is great. But anyways... Oh, I did it in the wrong spot. There we go. So yeah, here's the Hidden Palace, which nobody could find back in the day. And this is basically our last palace, by the way. The only thing after this is the Grand Palace. So after this, we're going to go ahead and go find ourselves those lives, those 1-ups. And then we're going to win the game, maybe. It is more likely we will not win the game, if I'm being completely honest. But if I reach the Grand Palace, that's really my goal. And I'll explain why when we get there. I'm getting pretty good at not getting hit, but I've burned through all my magic for when I have gotten hit. Oh. So yeah, by the way, this is the first dungeon where they actually have mini-bosses! It's obviously just the same dude from last time. Come on. And the cross. Which actually, if I'm not mistaken, isn't really needed for anything. I mean, it lets you see the enemies in the approach to the Grand Palace, which I guess is helpful. But that's all it actually is used for. And most speedrunners skip that, but of course I'm not a speedrunner, and I'm not actually that good at this game. So, I just want to show off what I just earned here. This is one of the 1-up dolls. I'm pretty sure I have... Yeah, okay, so I have the appropriate number of lives. So I'm in a weird position, because I'd like to get this life. But if I get it, I cannot die, otherwise I waste it. So we're going to go and get it. Pick up the little Link doll. See, now we have an additional life. I had to make a really difficult jump just to make it over here. And fight a couple of guys, and then I'm out of mana now for healing, so... But yeah, wish me luck! Ham. Oh, you know what? I should cast, shield. There we go. So this is Volvagia, you know, from Ocarina of Time, or rather, vice versa. It's actually harder to hit than you'd think. You have to actually hit the top area of his head, and in order to do so, basically you have to make a full jump and hit at the apex, or have the jump spell on. I've decided to go for the full jump, because I'm pretty good at that. If you fall in, you die instantly. And, this is a much easier boss than the last one. But then again, as I said, the last boss is the hardest boss in the game, so... Not really that surprising. Oh, come on. This is something of a troll boss when it comes to the RNG, because she can pop up in any one of these three. But we're good! Yeah, way easier. Don't need the key. Oh, right, you have to get the key. Forgot about that. And we're gonna get 5,000 random exp for no reason. Now, I don't remember if we can push everything to level 9 or not. We're about to find out. Or if we can just get a 1-up out of this. I didn't die, by the way. So, woo, I was like right by the boss, though. Yeah, we got a life out of that. Okay, so we're officially at the point where all we're getting is lives. Which is great, actually. So I now am a couple lives up, so I'm... I need to go get those lives. So there's one there, one there, one there. So I'm gonna go ahead and show off where these are, so you have an idea. Okay, so here's where... Ah! Damn it. Well, anyways, in a moment, here's where the one life is, right here. So we got that one. Now we gotta go back to the western continent, which is gonna be another bit of a hiking trip. We gotta do most all of this on the way back, too. Like I said, I really kind of wish there was a little less of the backtracking, a little less of the slog through familiar stuff that you don't care about, you just want to get through. But whatever. I suppose that's a minor complaint, admittedly. Honestly, if I'm going to complain about anything, it's the live system and the way they do it, because that's just, ugh. I also didn't want to fight anything in the swamp. Look, I already built a castle in the swamp. It didn't work out, okay? That should be like right... Oh, there it is. Okay. One more. I know it's around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Bazamph! That's everything. We are ready for the Grand Palace. 8 lives, all told. Thanks to the one we got in the dungeon, which I forgot about, and the one we got from experience. The funny thing is, I'm still nervous as crap. So, here's the way I'm going to do this, guys. I'm going to give the Grand Palace the chance to defeat me. Which normally I wouldn't do, but like I said, I got a bit of a schedule, and this has taken all of 2 days of my work schedule to do this video. So, I'm going to hit the Grand Palace, and you've been watching this, right? I mean, I assume you have, because you've been listening up to this part. So you know how I've been cutting away all the boring parts, you know, me just going through the dungeons and, you know, fighting the enemies, all that fun stuff, where I'm not actually talking and don't have anything to share. I'm going to show you the Grand Palace unedited. I want you to understand why it is I hate the Grand Palace, okay? So, buckle up. First, we gotta reach it. Alright, guys. This is it. This is it. Grand Palace, 8 lives. Low health, so effectively I'm at like 7.2 lives, if we're being honest. I've beaten this game before, but I do not remember the route through this place. At all. Like I said, we're going to show this whole thing live. So, you may hear me go a few times. But, yeah. Let's do this. Awesome music, of course. First thing we're actually going to do is going to go ahead and blow a heal there. Okay. I really have no idea where I'm going. You may notice this is actually the right-sided thing there, but of course if you played this game you already recognize that. So this place is brutal and unfair. You notice those fish no longer shoot blockable projectiles. Just because. We haven't even met the real mean denizens of this place yet. We will. Don't worry. We will. Oh, I need that. Magic is almost always worth health loss in this place. Especially since, as I said, I need a bare minimum of 4 squares of magic for the end. Okay, so every dungeon has had something of a theme going for it. Zelda 1 had that too. For reasons I don't fully understand, the theme for this dungeon is birds. I could share theories on the matter. I mean, Thunderbird is the thing, obviously, but the best I've ever come up with... Oh, crap, that hurts. Wow! 1 life down, but that was kind of expected, because we were already so low on health. Let's get a shield up here. But yeah, the bird knights and the bird mages in this place are absolutely freaking insane. Lots of health. Keep in mind, I have a max power sword there, and max health and max everything. Oh, by the way, the Grand Palace has troll rooms, which is what this is. Yeah. Lots of troll rooms. This is pretty much the only dungeon in the entire game that actually has genuine dead ends. Every other dungeon will have a dead end, but when you get there, you know, there's a thing, or there's a key, or, you know, something. But this place has just no. There's nothing here. Dead ends like that one. Damn it! Come on. Ugh. Okay. I do actually have a theory about the bird thing, but it basically boils down to the idea that this is another race like the Zoras, or the Gerudo, or yes, by the way, they're shooting 2 different projectiles if you're paying attention there. Oh god, I forgot to shield. Whatever. Berserker strats! Oh, you... This was intended to be another race, like an avian race, and we basically never got it. I know, you could argue we got it in Wind Waker, but the idea being that it was never really expounded upon, like the Gorons and the Zoras were. So we never really saw them as a presence, and they were, oh god, guarding. Yes, by the way, these slimes take 2 hits with the max level sword. Think about that. Anyways, so these guys were the guardians of this place. Triforce of Courage, etc., etc. And given what we know about why the Triforce was here to begin with, aka the selfish prince who wanted the power of the Triforce for himself, that would kind of make sense. Where was that? It was like right here. I think I totally made it. I'm just gonna keep jumping out of fear. Okay. Grand Palace, ladies and gentlemen. We still haven't even seen my least favorite enemy in this place. Automatically disinclined to do another bridge of fish heads shooting fire at me. There's also... the weirdest thing about the Grand Palace, it's also a bit of a maze, like I said, the Dead Ends thing. But there's also a weird situation where, like... there's calm areas, and it's done deliberately to throw you, to make you be more nervous. I'm like, oh god, what's next? You know, one of those kind of situations. Jeez. Now I gotta dig my way out, while Medusa heads are killing me. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, okay. No. Up. Alright guys, we're back with a little bit more noise. I'm sorry about that, but there's no avoiding it. It's summer, like I said, so it's inevitable. I had to pause. As you can see, don't worry, nothing's changed. I mean, if you can examine this, I'm going to edit these 2 sections together, obviously, but as you examine it, it's the exact same scene. I haven't moved it a muscle, or what frame, actually. I've kind of lost track of where I am in the Grand Palace. I think I know where I am. So we are going to go ahead and keep going. Hit. Oh, that was close. Okay. Oh, jeez, really? Wow. I haven't even shown off my least favorite enemies in this entire section yet. Sorry, I should talk more to keep the... oh god. The, white noise to a minimum. Ugh. Ah, damn it. Come on. I don't have enough for another heal. This could be bad. I wouldn't mind some experience right about now. Like, oh, I don't know, about 7,000 of it. Get myself another life. I've already had 1 death. I am really cautious whenever I see these rooms, and I'll explain why whenever one happens. You'll see what I mean. Trust me. It'll be pretty obvious. Die, you stupid thing. Okay, we're good. God, I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just guessing. No, the best part is I don't have the magic to go this way. So this might literally be a red herring for me to go this way. But it doesn't matter, because I don't have the magic for fairy right now. Oh, I might, actually. No, I don't. I have 32 magic right now. Which is enough for very little. We're going to put this on shield for now. Oh, damn it, 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 damn it. Okay. Down to 6 lives. Oh, my God. It's 2 lives down. Well, we could go that way now if we want to pursue that. Oh, jeez. You? Really? We're gonna wait for those flames to die out. There we go. The fire! It's following me. Let's go ahead and get a shield going, shall we? For this next fight. Oh, crap! Okay, thankfully that's not a death pit. And I knew that, but still not what I wanted to do. Now, there's one part of this dungeon I will always remember. We're not there yet, but it's basically the part where it's like, oh, I need to go this way. And that leads to the fight with Thunder Bastard. That's his official name from now on, Thunder Bastard. Whew, okay. Oh, jeez, really? If I see who I think I'm going to see over here, I'm going to run the other way. Nah, nothing yet, nothing yet. Die, you stupid thing. I really can't afford to get hit by those guys right now because I really need all of my mana for this dungeon. Based on this location, I actually have a pretty good idea where I am. I'm almost positive this is where that fairy option was. Which I could have taken. Oh god, there they are! There's my least favorite enemy in this game. I forget if blue or red is worse for them, but they are knights with the shields, with the flinging daggers that jump, and they are very fast. Oh jeez. Okay. I don't know if what I want is this way. And as you can see, they hurt like hell. No! Crap. 5 lives left. I really hope whatever I want is this way. I'm going to use the other strategy for dealing with those guys. Roughly. Rough approximation there. Huh? I know I'm not near Thunderbirds. What the hell is this? I am almost positive I'm going the wrong way. That's the best part. Yeah, okay, this is definitively the wrong way now. Great. I just backtracked, basically. Okay, okay. I lost a life for nothing. And lives are a finite resource. I've made the determination, by the way, in the off-camera time that has passed. If I go through all my lives here, I'm putting the game down. If I can't do the Grand Palace in 8 lives, I can't do the Great Palace, or the Grand Palace, so I'm not even going to try. Sorry, guys, but this may be the first game I don't complete in the Then Now series. I know I'm going to complete the next one, which is next week. Hope you're looking forward to it, because I sure as hell am. Now, the funny thing is, I mentioned a valid strategy of getting the experience up, but the problem is so many of the enemies here, they don't really give the kind of experience you might think they would. Except for the really mean ones that you don't actually want to fight if you can avoid it. Basically all the bird guys, the bird knights and the bird mages, of which there are several varieties each, and they all suck. So, yeah. Okay, so let's go across here. Ugh! Yeah, that! That's what happens. As you can see, they have quite a bit of health, too. They don't hurt that badly, though, so that's nice. Not as badly as they could. Yeah, so that's what happens in those things, in case you wonder why I'm super paranoid whenever I approach any of those alcoves. I don't even know if they're static or not, or if it's a random thing. I really don't. Oh, god damn it to hell. Run, 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 run. I know there's blue versions of those. I'm going to assume the blue are the worst versions. Oh, jeez, really? Really? Now? Now you're going to do that? Yeah, these only give 20. I was hoping for a little more. God, I am so nervous. Okay, I know I'm going the right track now. I'm almost positive. Down right, I know that you want to go... Oh, there's a blue guy! You want to go down right when it comes to this place. That's how you're going to progress. Okay, come down here. I need to deal with you. I'm going to put shield up now, preemptively, because I'm not an idiot. Okay, there we go. So we're going to do this weird strategy here of, like, get over here, get a thing, get over here, get a thing. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm almost positive blues are the worst, guys. Oh, damn it. And there's no avoiding this last one. Oh, jeez, he's fast! Oh, no! No! I'm gonna have to kill him. I have to kill him. Oh, thank God. Okay. Thankfully. You ever get here when you don't have level 8 swords, you're gonna regret it, because those guys can take a lot of hits. Oh, jeez, really? Okay. Okay, jump. Because it's cheaper than fairy. I should have just used fairy. Damn it. I need to end this with mana. I need to have... I realized something else, too. I don't just need the mana for Thunder. I need Thunder, Jump, and Shield in order to fight Thunderbird. So here we go. I'm going to need at least one more fairy here, too. What the... Weird. Okay, whatever. Just keep on going. Just a little fairy. No need to pay attention to me, bird people who like to eat bugs. Crap. Didn't think about that. Wait, what? Houston, we have a problem. A really, really big problem. I have avoided looking up where I'm going this entire run. I'd really hate to break that now, especially after Legend of Zelda's fiasco, where I looked up the Death Mountain thing for level 9, and it was pointless. It didn't actually help me. I ended up just figuring it out myself anyways. Okay. There's spells I could cast here to possibly help, but I really don't want to do that if I don't have to. Mana is a very finite resource right now. I think... I don't even remember this room. Okay. Okay, those guys are making this really irritating. I'm gonna die anyways at this point. Do I have enough for a life? Nope. Well, if I kill enough of these, I'll get another potion thing. God, I am really scared of what to do now. I would hate to die in the Grand Palace because I got lost and ran out of the ability to deal with wherever I got lost in. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, in Legend of Zelda, wasting a bomb, that kind of sucked. In this, wasting magic is tantamount to suicide. And I'd really rather not waste it. Ah, there it is. There we go. Got rid of the beeping for you guys. I really don't want to just sit here and farm, especially since it would take forever to get 9000X, but I may have to just sit here for a bit. Because these will drop magic, as you can see. As I try to think. I don't even have a map I could look up. That's one thing I also wouldn't kind of mind, you know, a map. Although, admittedly, it's only in the Grand Palace. Every other dungeon, like I said, there's no such thing as a dead end, so no matter what you do, you're going somewhere that matters. The only way you could not be is if it's empty, like if you've already been there. In the Grand Palace, you can actually get lost, as I am demonstrating right now. That's the real reason I'm down here. I'm demonstrating what it's like to be lost. I'm not actually lost, are I? Yeah, that's totally it. Well, in order to escape from this area, from what I understand, I absolutely need the fairy spell. Unless there's something else I don't know, which is very possible. Do I look it up? Do I risk that smirch on my blemish, or that blemish on my record? Or do I make you guys sit here and watch this and be really bored while I kill these guys over and over? Because I don't have another strategy. This is the most boring farming in the world. I haven't even gotten 4,000 yet. Not even halfway there. So yeah, this is not feasible to get experience, but that's not what I'm really after, as I've already mentioned. I'm after the magic. Let's see, I need 40, so... I think I have enough, but I'm going to get one more bubble's worth. There we go. Okay, do I look this up? No, I'm going to try it. There's nothing in this room that I can do anything with. Unless... Actually, hang on. Now that I've got some mana back... Try and get a running start here. Damn, can't quite make it. Oh well, I should probably go ahead and refill my mana then. The mana I just burnt, basically. So you're gonna have to endure this for a little bit longer, sorry guys. If I could get them to spawn. Oh, they're there. Of course, now it's harder to farm because I've got jump on. Hey, I hit 4,000. It's over 4,000. Okay, we have recovered our jump mana. Oh. Kind of checking things as we go here, because I don't actually know where else to go, like, at all. Really, I don't. In fact, I really don't know where else to go. Kind of up against a corner here, so to speak. I'm going to double check, but I'm pretty sure that I was going the right way. Maybe I should ferry in the next room? Maybe that's the answer? Because that's a possibility. I'm going to go ahead and check this, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is it. This is the end. Okay, got it. well, that means I gotta go farm some more heads. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna try and ferry my way out of the room. Oh no, do I have enough for ferry back? Oh god, I'm not sure if I do or not. Can I make this jump? No, oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, I did! Oh, thank god. If I didn't have enough for ferry, I would have just lost a life to my own stupidity. Okay, so yeah, we gotta farm a little bit. Sorry, guys. Again. I told you I'd show you the whole thing. I wanted you to get the full experience of the Grand Palace. Oh, this is it. A hellhole. So, no any good knock-knock jokes? Let's see. Knock-knock. Who's there? Giant dragon heads. Giant dragon heads who? Ah! I'm, not really that good at jokes. I'm gonna go ahead and fill my magic here. I hate to do that. It's gonna take me like a bunch of kills, and you're gonna be really bored, and I'm really sorry. But... oh, ow, god damn it. But I really want my magic refilled, because I'd really like to actually beat this game. So feel free to fast forward a couple of minutes. And in the interim, I think I will talk about something. Right, okay, so the storyline. One of the things I intend to talk about when we get to LTTP, which is next week's video, which I haven't started yet, obviously, which is why I say intend to, is the idea of Zelda and story. Now, I've heard the comment every now and again that Zelda games have no story, which confuses the living daylights out of me, because Zelda games are very big on story, and have been all the way to the beginning. It's just in Zelda 1 and Zelda 2, all that story was in the manual. There's this whole thing about the downfall of Hyrule and misuse of the Triforce, and the idea of the prince trying to replicate the success of his ancestors by misusing the Triforce and forcing it, blah, 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 and taking the Triforce by force from Princess Zelda. That's his sister, by the way. I mean, there's this whole thing there, this whole series of backstory, and yet it's all in the manual. The only difference with LTTP and Ocarina and, every game since then is that they were able to put more and more of that story that they'd always envisioned for this series into the actual game. Now, it is worth noting that the actual plot, the main plot of the games is never really that strong, with a few notable exceptions. But plot is not really what Zelda games are all about. It's all about the setting, the characters, and the themes. Really big on themes. The Zelda games have always been really about themes. If I were to identify a theme of this game, it would actually be really obvious when you think about it. This would be the theme of consequences, or, if you could interpret it in such a way, a theme of adulthood. In other words, the idea that, all the things that Link did in Zelda 1 he is now having to deal with the consequences thereof. And all the things that Zelda did in Zelda 1, and, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. The consequences of the actions of the past, including those taken by the prince, and the loss of the Triforce, and all that fun stuff, is what led to this entire situation. In fact, I mentioned earlier I had a theory about the bird people being here. It wouldn't surprise me if the bird people and the old man who's here, the ones who are keeping the Triforce of Courage, are keeping it in this nightmarish hellhole because they were asked to, specifically after the prince, who I mentioned earlier, tried to misuse the Triforce. So they've been keeping it here for God knows how long. We don't really have a good timeline on how long it's been since the kingdom has been absent the Triforce. But it's probably been a while. Excuse me. And, we know it's been since before Ganon was revived, so it's been well since before Zelda 1. Okay. You know what? No, I'm going to be greedy. I'm still talking, so I still got more to say. So the significance of that then comes in because it's very possible there's one of two possibilities here. Either these people have been fanatically, devotedly challenging anyone who comes after them for the Triforce to ensure that only people who can actually get through all their defenses, and all their vases, and all their monsters, and all their everything is worthy of the final piece of the Triforce. Or, and I like this interpretation better, the people who have been in here for forever have kind of lost sight of their mission, so to speak, and at this point they're just protecting something that is valuable to them. So this isn't like them testing me to see if I'm worthy. This is them defending their home against an invader who is trying to steal their precious resource. Now, I'm not trying to say this to put Link in a dark light. Rather, I'm trying to show this because, again, it speaks to that theme of consequence. the idea that nobody really considered the consequence of what they were asking these people to do, right? The only person here I would imagine is actually still aware of that original concept, God damn it, is probably the old man, the sage, who I don't know if he's ever named or not, but whatever. You know the guy who's going to summon the infamous last boss. By the way, if I get to show you guys Thunderbird, I'm going to be happy. Because that's the boss no one ever talks about. Everyone knows about Dark Link. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh no. Oh no, I just wasted all this. It won't work, I can't go up. Shiza, okay. Alright. My pride is not worth being more boring. I'm gonna look it up. I'm just gonna look it up. I'm just gonna pull up a map right now. You may officially ding me. I'm doing it live on camera, so to speak. Zelda 2 Grand Palace map. Bam. I hate to do this. Like, I really do. But, you know what? Whatever. So where am I? I am right here. So how do I get down there? Hey, there's a 1-up in this area. I didn't know that. So I know how to fall, but how do I get down? How do I get down? Wait. Oh god, no, I have to go all the way back. Oh my god, that is way up there. Oh no. Oh my god, that is so far back up there. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is insane amount of backtracking. That is an insane amount of backtracking. Tell me there's another way. Tell me there's another way. I'd be going back to almost the entire beginning of the entire map, and I'd really rather not do that. If I could avoid that. See, the funny thing is, I'm looking at the map, and I am literally about 3 screens from the last boss, right? That's not a joke. If I could get down to that area below there, or below where I was, I could go right, and then go down the secret tube, which is the one I already know, and then there's Thunderbird. 3 screens, like I said. But if I'm reading this correctly, I have to come at this from literally the opposite side, which would involve, like I said, backtracking to basically the beginning of the entire dungeon. Like, that's barely even a joke. If you were to count from the beginning of the dungeon, you go, I turned left, I went down, and then I went left, and I should have gone right. And that's how far we're talking. Again, like 3 screens back. Please tell me there's another way through this. I'm gonna keep looking this up here. There's got to be another way through here. Please, God Almighty, let there be another way through here. Okay, yes, this. Okay, what's letter T? Shh. Okay. Yeah, no, this is a dead end. Oh my god. Okay, guys, welcome to the Grand Palace. 3 screens away. 3 screens. It's not even an exaggeration, like I said, it's just... The good news is I'm pretty sure all the major enemies will still be dead. And if they're not, I'm going to laugh because I'm gonna die. Let's get the shield spell ready to go here. Well, I looked it up, guys. God damn it. I am going to beat LTTP without looking any up, I swear to God. That's a silly statement, though, of course. Oh! Of course I'm going to beat LTTP without looking into that. Okay, I gotta be completely honest with you guys. I'm this close to just turning the game off. This is such a huge setback. I have lost 3 lives going the wrong way. 4 lives going the wrong way. And, I'm demoralized as hell. I am... Okay. Oh, screw you! Oh, I ran from you. Okay, so you're not a respawn. Yeah, I was ready for that one. I haven't even seen all the enemies in here. Isn't that funny? I was kind of wondering where the Orb of Deaths were, but it's because I was going the wrong way. I just... Oh my god. Well, I kind of used up everything I had to talk about during the grind session. I don't know what else to say now. Okay, here's a question for those of you who have actually watched all this so far. Do you think that what I'm going through right now is real difficulty or fake difficulty? I'm not talking about the palace as a whole. There's a lot of both on display here, as I've talked about before. I'm talking about specifically the fact that I have to backtrack 100 billion years in order to recover from going the wrong way. Is that fake difficulty or real difficulty? Now, one of the defining traits I tend to use for fake difficulty, not the only one, but one of them, is the idea of frustration. Something that makes you go, "Ah, got it!" That's not frustrating. You know, frustrating is when you just want to put down the game. That there's a difference between that and challenging, you know? And of course, there's a frickin'... There's a difference between that and challenging. Hang on, I'm going to look at the map again because I've got it up. So, do you consider this valid or not? Basically, that's all it comes down to. Okay, so I was here, and I went up there, and went up here. So I'm here right now? Is this where I am? Yes. Yes, okay, so I went here, and... Hey, there's a mana potion over there. You know what? I'm going to go get that mana potion. Because I'm using the map, but I might as well benefit from it. Damn it. So we're going to go get a mana potion. Actually, I think we're going to need jump just to reach it. It's okay, jump is super cheap with level 8 magic. Yeah, look at this, huh? And we use the bug one more time to get full magic and decent life. So yeah, I'd say that's a worthwhile endeavor. As Pax is talking to me. Pax is like, hey, Harsh, you should die. Oh, I did that way too early. Whatever, doesn't matter. I'm still torn on my own question. Fake difficulty or real difficulty? Oh, hang on. Let's make sure we're looking everything up. At this point, I'm just going to check the map every friggin' few seconds. It's like, okay. So I want to go here, then I'm going to have to go up. And then that's a dead end. Of course it is. God. This is a cute room right here. This whole area is clearly laid out specifically for people who went the wrong way, like I did, and are trying to get back on the right track. I'm not sure what to think of that. I mean, at least they have that there. A lot of NES games... This is admittedly some decent design, if for no other reason than the fact that a lot of NES games, which would be demonstrating bad design, have a situation where you could get permanently stuck, never recover. And you can recover in here. I mean, you noticed there were those infinitely spawning heads that drop mana every now and again, right? That's a good way to allow you to recover. As tedious as it is there. And similarly, this entire route, which has basically been put in place specifically so I can recover and get back, is another indicative of that, so, you know, shrug. Still a little frustrating, but whatever. Okay, so... I want to go here... Is this the route I want now? Sorry, double checking the map here. I really don't want to go the wrong way at this point. Okay, that is not the route I want. I want this route. See, this is why I check now. God, the fact that there's another dead end I could go to is just mind-boggling. Wait, what? What? Hang on. Hang on. Oh, God! This dungeon is huge. I just saw a room and thought, hey, I just went through there. No, I haven't been there yet. Oh my god, okay, where am I? I just did this. And I'm going up from there into here. So this is where I am right here. Right here. And I need to figure out... Oh my god. Oh my god. You know how bad this is? Do you really want to know how bad this is? I really am almost back to the beginning of the dungeon. All the way back to the beginning. That's special. Yeah, so, okay. I just want to go straight across this time. At the very least, I am reasonably confident I'm going to be able to show off Thunderbird to you. Not sure of my chances of beating him. And then there's Dark Link immediately after him, which, I mean, shoot. I've been happy just to reach this place. Showing off Thunderbird is a bonus at this point. Okay, so straight across, right? Check the map. Welcome to Zelda 2. Check the map. Yes. Yes. Straight across, and then down, and then straight across, and then down. Straight across, down, straight across, down. Yeah, by the way, that elevator back there, if I were to go up, and then right, and then up, that's the beginning of the entire dungeon. That's what I meant when I said ridiculous amount of backtracking. They also do something that's almost cheap in this. They have a lot of rooms that are almost identically designed, so you can get lost easier. So it's like, wait, have I been here before? You know, that kind of a thing. I'm just, yeah. Saw that coming. Don't think I'm gonna get that extra life at this point. There's no way I'm gonna get another 3,000! Oh, hey, I'll take that. Another 3,000 exp at this point. Hi, I don't feel like fighting you. Oh god, but you feel like fighting me because you're evil. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. Go, 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 go! He's following me! Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, yep, okay. I didn't even have to check the map for this one. I should have remembered these are here, like every single one of these has one of these things. Oh crap. Was not expecting that. Okay. They're not all good. Got it. Keep in mind, I need magic before the end here. I'm not even going to try that one. Okay, I'm going to consult the map again, because I'm not an idiot. Okay, so if I go right, I get to go to hell, apparently. Wait, where... Do I want to go right? Hang on. If I go right... And I'll end up here. Oh my god, okay. I want to be here. So it looks like I do actually have to go right, because if I go left... Where's left take me? Left, left, left. Left is way back here. So left would take me here. Oh, that's so mean. If I go left, I would reach a room which has no passage. It's a dead end. And it leads back to the spot I was earlier, where there was the layer below and I couldn't get by it. Oh, that is so mean. So yeah, I need to go right so I don't get looped back to this area. Again. Oh my god, this place. Okay, I can do this. Oh, I don't have enough for shield? Damn. Well, old-fashioned way then. Getting the crap beaten out of me. Sure, you know what, I'll take that. I may want to do a refill on the heads again at this point. Yeah, I think I need to. As much as I hate to. I don't even have enough mana for jump right now. Oh, maybe I could reach it. No, no. Come on. Come back. At least I don't hear the beep beep beep. In fact, I'm a little surprised I don't. I'm really low in health. I would bet money the only reason these things are in this dungeon in the infinite spawning nature is so you can refill your mana. Like, seriously. Okay. Okay, it's a good thing. Nah, there's the beeping. Okay, we got a bit of a refill there. Oh, you bastard. If I'm not mistaken, we're going to start seeing more blue guys soon. No, not these things. Yeah, those guys. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Ah, crap. I haven't even hit this guy. No, 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 please stop panicking, Arsh. It's not helping. God, there. I was so panicked at the thought of dying that I was just freaking out on the controls. Don't do that, guys. It doesn't help, trust me. Okay, so there's... Next we're gonna go across some pits of doom. Always like the pits of doom. We're about to see the Doom Skull heads, by the way. Hope you enjoy those once we get there. Don't fall in the pit, don't fall in the pit. I wonder how long this is taking me. I hope you guys don't regret my decision to show you the entire Grand Palace. Those are the Skulls of Doom, by the way. Oh, Christ. I'm just gonna bypass him completely. Because... Oh my... Oh my god. This is my last life. This is my last life. Don't panic. Don't panic. Sure. I was just thinking, you know, I really want my mana drained right about now. Now, the good news is I know for a fact there's a 1-up up here. So that's going to give me another chance at Thunderbird. Please be an actual thing. Jackass. the hell is over here? Okay. Okay, there we go. We're good, we're good. I was like, I really don't want to waste the mana on getting out of here with jump or fairy. Yep, this is it. Okay, there is a 1-up this way, and I absolutely need it. So I'm just gonna blow this. No chance of dying. Yeah, here it is. I don't have enough for fairy back, though. Whoa! So, time to prove that I'm not terrible at platforming in a Zelda game. Okay. So what's this way if I were to go this way? Nothing! Okay, what's that way? A fairy! Okay, that's not worth anything. So I want to go left, down, right, down. Okay, so yeah, I know exactly where I am right now. For good and for bad, we're gonna go and blow a shield spell now, because I'm almost positive there's gonna be a dude over here. Oh my god, I was right! Oh crap, I was right. Crap, crap, crap. Okay. We're actually approaching the end game here, guys. Like, legit. Remember this room? Shoot. There it is. It was there somewhere. Do I go right or left? Right, okay. Yes. I know exactly where I am. I'm about to be ambushed by a slime. What do you want to bet? Oh, totally called it. Okay, gotta be a little careful here. We'll get a fairy ready just in case. This is our destination. Right here. This is it. Now I'm almost positive. Yep, I'm right. Does that fill us to full? That okay, perfect. There, you know what? There's another one. There's another one. I'll just go and get it. This is literally it, guys. We're about to be at Thunderbird finally. I had to use a map. I suppose I didn't have to. I could have figured this out on my own. I just didn't want to. Okay, so just to make sure we're in the right area. Yeah, okay, what are we? One more screen transition. And, yep, okay. So we want shield, jump, and thunder. The only use it really has in the game, right here. I mean, it has other uses, but this is how you want to use it, trust me. BAM! Makes him vulnerable. Now the hard part. So this is Thunderbird. It's actually harder than you'd think dodging his attacks. I have shield on, by the way, and he's hit me twice. To give you an idea of his damage output. I think I have enough for one more life, and I'm wrong. That's terrible. Oh, God. Oh, God, no, no. I've got the one more life, but I really don't want to use it here. Oh, God, I've done nothing to him. Okay, we're gonna go super defensive. Yeah. There's always a little break in his fireballs right at the edges, right there. You see that? It's the only edge you get. And you only get the one shot at attacking him. God damn it. This is it. If I don't kill him here, this game has beaten me. We're gonna go super defensive from the beginning this time. This is a pattern I'm not familiar with. That was not super defensive. I probably should not have done that. Oh, jeez. You gotta hit the jewel at the top of his head, by the way, if you're wondering. I know, it's supposed to be a bird. It has never looked like a bird to me, if I'm honest. That right there is pretty much the perfect pattern for getting by. Scheiße. Come on. Oh, you son of a... There! Ha! Ha! We did it, guys. We defeated Thunderbird. And now, the other ridiculously hard boss. Now, there's 3 known strategies for this guy. I'm not going to talk about this guy too much, because, I mean, honestly, it's pretty obvious. It's the dude, he wants you to fight yourself, Triforce of Courage, blah, blah, blah. That's all obvious, right? This is the first appearance ever of the Dark Link, and, like I said, there's 3 known strategies for dealing with him. One is just to be really good and do the, this little trick really well. The other is to kind of do a corner thing, and the final trick requires bugging his A out, which I don't know how to do, and I have no health, and I have no life, and this is my last life. I'm not going to beat the game. Oh my god. I'm not going to beat the game. I'm not looking it up. I'm not looking it up. I'm not looking up the strat. I'm just going to do what I can, and wish me luck, guys. This is so stupid. This is the first strat, or the second strat I mentioned. It's a very risky strat because he can mix it up by jumping. But it can and has worked. I'm just straight up doing this. I don't even have any idea. I am so scared. He's gonna kill me. Damn it, Dark Link. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. God damn it. Ganon wins. I didn't beat the game. Screw that. I can do this. I'm pretty sure Thunderbird's still gone. Pretty sure Thunderbird's still gone. If he's still gone, I'm gonna push for this. I know where I'm going this time. And I'm pretty sure... Oh, nope, nope. Right. This way first. Then that way. What do you think, guys? Do you think I can do this? Do you think I can beat Zelda 2? So I'm about to basically do the route here to get to him. So... if you feel like playing this game yourself and you don't want to use a map, just watch and it'll be like, oh, I go that way, okay. If Thunderbird isn't gone, this is going to be really ugly very fast. It's already going to be ugly. I think I just blew a shield. I was expecting one of the blue bird knights. Damn it. Well, I guess it's just as well I used shield there, huh? Oh, damn it! No, 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 just running. Go away, Bird Knight. Nobody loves you. See if we can get a potion this time. I'm not even sure if it's random, because I've noticed in this run that sometimes it'll give me a potion on the same thing. Yeah, there, like that. And sometimes it won't. Wait. Yes, yes, I'm going the wrong way. I can tell because I'm on fire. Grand Palace, ladies and gentlemen. Oh god, I had that extra life too. Well, it's okay. If I don't die, I'll have a full 3 for the Shadow Link fight. God, those guys are jerks. Pretty sure this is where there's going to be a knight. Yep, and I was right. This is one of the ones I have to actually kill. Okay. Come on. I'd really like to kill this guy before I die. Frill! Frickin' knights! Now I gotta do it all over again. Oh my god. Being trolled by a blue slime. This is just the perfect. I really don't want to game over here. If I game over here, this is over. I'm not doing this again. I hate these knights and everything about them. Oh my god! Really? Really? No. No, 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 no. No! 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 I can only have 1 life for the fight! You gotta be kidding me with this crap. I don't even want to kill you. Stop trying to kill me. Why are you so antagonistic? What did I ever do to you? I'm just trying to steal your stuff that I need to save someone's life. I mean, if I didn't think you'd be that obstinate towards the idea. Please be a potion. Oh, thank God. Well, I'm gonna be relatively full when I get there. I'm just gonna be doomed. Wait, do I keep going? Shoot. Check the map, because I know where I am, relatively. Because I just got that, which means I am... yes, I know where I am. I wonder if the... no, the 1-up's gone, because that's how that works. So yeah, this is where I want to be. Pity, I could really use that 1-up right now. But then again, I could last time, too. I'm not even gonna kill you. You're not worth my time. I come in peace. It's around here somewhere. There we go. Giant slime! Okay, those have got to be static, because that one was there yet last time, too. Okay. Please tell me these are still there. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. That is the trolliest. Oh my god, I can't even hit him. I can't even hit him. I am so angry, I can't even hit him. That is such bull. That... I am in shock about how bullcrap that is. Might as well get the other one. Which may or may not be a guy, so I gotta be ready for that now. Run! Run! Okay, it's a thing. Alright guys, I've got 1 life again to fight Shadowline. I have a little more health this time. That's assuming Thunderbird's dead, which it all boils down to. Is Thunderbird dead, yes or no? Holding my breath. Oh, thank God he's dead. Okay. There's no need to cast anything except for life from this point on. No matter what you do, all your attacks will do 1 damage to him, so... yeah, this is just... let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. Let's do it, despite obstacles. Even though I had to look it up. Even though I looked up the map. Let's do it. And yes, we're using this strat again. Come on, come on. See, the reason this guy's so hard, by the way, if anybody's wondering, he is a reactive AI. It was pretty much a brand new idea at the time. The kind of thing that video games hadn't really done yet. He will base his actions on yours. Thus, this is why this is one of the main strategies, is because this is a way to trick his AI. And I did it. I beat Zelda 2. Oh my god, I did it. Fun fact, when I first played this game, I thought this old man was the villain. Like he was Aghanim or something. And that was why, you know, he was there, and oh god, I defeated his shadow of me, and therefore I win. Why do I have power and wisdom on me? Yeah, whatever. Oh my god, I did it! I beat Zelda 2. I'm never playing this game again. In all honesty, I think a few minor changes could salvage this game so that people could enjoy it more. Maybe make it so the enemies drop either more magic, or actually drop health at all, and make it so that there's no game over mechanic. When you die, you go back to the nearest hub spot, like an LTTP and whatnot, or you go back to the beginning of the dungeon, and that's it. Rather than having this lives system, which punishes the unloving crap out of you and forces you to retrack so much. If it wasn't for that single factor, I feel like a lot more people would enjoy this game. Now here's the fun fact. Does this get a stamp of frustration from me? Believe it or not, no. There was only one point at which I got really upset, other than the trolling that happened in the last dungeon, but that was kind of expected. And that was in dungeon 3. Other than that, I actually had a really fun time. I do enjoy this game. It is a lot of fun to play. It's just freaking live system, man. Overall, I would still recommend this to people with cheats. It's kind of how I recommend Final Fantasy VIII, actually, and I don't mean to say that to damn with faint praise. But there it is. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Now I get to go play Link to the Past. Woo!